Okay, we're live. Hey everyone, Lush Luke here with Mods and Red from Control Chaos. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fine, Luke. I'm just getting really angry.
3 here as one of the creators of the dead channel Kontrolled Chaos.
And
It's not dead.
Fuck me, not me.
Hey, it's
Matt,
Tyler again.
Red.
Might remember me from Luke's My Hero video.
Yeah, so this is a different kind of stream because it's kind of like a bonus stream for Control Chaos, but it's on my channel, but it's going to be over
We'll
there.
probably upload the archive to Kontrolled Chaos at some point.
Yeah, probably wibbly wobbly, timey wimey for Doctor Who reference. Yeah,
True that.
So basically, my idea for this stream was, as opposed to like just my regular content with party drums going through our chapters, decided, you know what, screw it, we're going to go through every single series, give our opinions on it, and maybe talk about the latest chapters as well. And that includes
the way we should do this smartly is let's start with the ones that Red knows about, because eventually Red's gonna have to drop off after like maybe an hour or so. So let's start with those ones.
That is fine. And this will include the Dead series, so like I Ashimon and Protect Me Shugamaru. They'll be referenced as well. But yeah.
So should we start with the Red hasn't read Berserk drama?
Yeah,
yes. What the actual fuck?
Yeah, so here it is.
Let me explain. I'll explain, all right? So, I do not like that medieval horse riding suit and armor aesthetic. I've never liked that aesthetic. Stories in that time frame bore the shit out of me. I understand that Berserk goes places and goes beyond that, and all I can tell you is I read the first chapter and it bored the shit out of me. I need to give it more time. This was years ago that I did that. At some point I will get back into it.
Yeah, and at some point, that's kind of the you know what I'm going to bring up here, Red. That's kind of the thing with Mission Yosakoa family.
That's kind of the thing with a lot of stuff. Like, I remember I was going through a thing where I was trying to get Red to read Toriko, I think, because King of Lightning read it. But it's just kind of one of those things that I've left in the past of 16-year-old Tyler, which I never want to reanimate.
Yeah, Toriko, I read a little bit of Toriko when it was first coming out. It was like, I saw the appeal. I mean, I think what I liked about Toriko was the insane over-the-top power shit. Like, I know that there's like a moment where someone like stops the rotation of the Earth and then like all the waves fucking go around the planet and shit.
Yeah,
I
cool. Heard about that. And I was like, what the?
There's also a fruit that makes you grow boobs.
Ooh.
So basically,
that fruit said trans rights.
So basically, it's the breast no me.
Fantastic. What was I gonna say? But yeah, no. So I definitely want to get into it because I know I've heard things that interest me. Like I've heard little tidbits about the eclipse and shit like that. Like that kind of wacky shit interests me for sure. So at some point, I'm sure I will read it.
That's the thing. I know, Red. You love dark fantasy shit.
Oh yeah.
Like Making the Abyss.
Yes.
But you didn't.
And people have told me that Berserk is like on Hunter x Hunter level of complexity.
It's even. I would say it's even deeper than Hunter x Hunter.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, and it's interesting you brought up Made in Abyss though, right? One of the reasons I like Made in Abyss is because it kind of like combines that dark, crazy, just depressing shit with like a cutesy aesthetic, right? I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. I love that cutesy aesthetic. I do not like what I'm.
Red, I might also ask. Did you watch Madoka Magica?
Yes, I love Madoka Magica.
I knew it.
And of course, we have comments coming through from Blazing Boy.
Stop dying.
Bless you, whoever was just fucking.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in case people don't know, Berserk is coming back. I think it's the studio that's doing it now.
It's the same team that helped Miura writing it. Writing it.
I briefly read the Twitter thing. It sounded like there was like a guy that the author talked to about like where the story was going to go, and that guy's going to like basically just like walk them through how to.
Wait, Berserk is coming back?
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
I don't know about this.
Go on Twitter. Go on Twitter and scroll for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and my response to it was, I feel like it's the best direction they went with, because
I hate it.
But
Have you go and read on Twitter?
No.
Okay.
No, can I just say my piece and then I'll let
Sure.
Yeah, because my opinion on the matter is that I personally would not like to see a story uncompleted.
I'm pretty sure no one would disagree with that.
And that is my stand. And I feel like the best way to honor his legacy is to just see his magnum opus through to the end, through to its completion. And those are my thoughts on the matter.
I think just Berserk is Miura. It is himself. You can, if you look at his biography and how his life went, you can literally see his development in life in Berserk, from chapter to chapter, and taking that away kind of from him. Berserk is Miura, and writing Berserk without him as the main head is just kinda. It misses. It's Berserk without a heart. It's a human without a heart. It's a walking corpse.
I disagree.
Hold on, may I?
Yeah.
I sit in the middle between you two here. Because I agree that like it's never going to be the same without the author. But I also agree that if at some point the author sat down and said to someone like, because the vibe I got from reading that like little thing on Twitter was that I'm gonna guess that like he had a feeling he wasn't going to be able to finish the story himself, so he like told this guy like where he was going to go with the story. And like if I was an author and I thought I wasn't going to be able to finish the story, I actually would either write notes out or like lay out like how it was going to finish, and in some way or form I would want that put out there. Maybe a good middle zone would be don't try to draw it like it's an actual series, but just like put out like the notes that like so people know at least how it would have ended. Yeah.
This is how I would do it. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I would just put out his notes so everyone can see his final thoughts, not with the influence of a new writer, new people who are working on it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's kind of a double-edged sword as well if you think about it as well, because it's like, because is that going to be as satisfying as like seeing it visually?
I see what you're saying, but I at the same time, like, I think one of the areas I disagree with you, Luke, is I don't think that an ending is like super integral to my enjoyment of a story, right?
Okay.
And I've seen people, like that's just me, right? Like, I see people have this conversation all the time when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. Do you know Joy Boy, the One Piece YouTuber?
Yeah. I'm aware of Joy Boy. Yeah.
So when Hunter x Hunter was coming back and everyone was hyping about it, he was like, I can't even read it because like I need to know that it's going to end in order to read it. And I'm like, I'm kind of in the opinion of it. The journey is more important than the destination. You know what I mean?
He's a One Piece fan and he doesn't understand that the journey is the important thing.
I know.
Did he actually say that?
What he said was, I can't read something if I don't know for sure that it's going to end.
Oh my word!
As a fellow One Piece fan, this hurts me to hear.
Exactly, and like I don't know, man. To me, like the point of reading a series is that enjoyment I get week to week reading it, right? So like if it ends, and like I came to peace a long time ago with like I might not see the ending of Hunter x Hunter, but every time a new chapter comes out, I get excited, and when I'm sitting down on my deathbed or whatever, I think that's how we're gonna like view our life. Like, well, how much fun did we have? You know what I mean? And that added to the pile of fun times I had. It doesn't really matter if it ends or not. It was fucking fun to read, you know?
Fair enough.
No, but I get your point too, for sure. I mean, like, if I'm an author, I feel like the ending is more important to the author than the reader. Because like if I'm an author, I definitely want my shit to end. Like that would bother the shit out of me if I couldn't end my story. And I know Togashi in interviews has said like he really does want to end it. I just hope it's exciting to see. I will get to this. I don't want to like get off Berserk before it's too early, but yeah, I mean, I guess this is where I fall with the Murata stuff. Is I have a feeling that maybe he did.
Miura, not Murata. Murata's the one from One Punch Man.
Oh, my bad.
We got Pie Jams in the chat. Hey, man. Hey.
But basically, that's my take on it. Is that he may have wanted them to continue, but at the same time, it's also, let's be honest, this is a money-fueled decision, right? They know they're going to make money off of this, the people that own the rights to this story, so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. But it'll be interesting to see if it's good or not, right? Because like if they can capture like the essence of the story, like because if this guy that's like heading it up, like I assume he's one of his best friends, right? Like maybe
If this guy who's no the chief guy behind Berserk isn't an idol fan, he's a fake fan. I'm calling it.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the tweet, but I'm assuming the guy, because it was just some guy. I skimmed it because I don't really know much about Berserk, but like it was a guy who said that he talked to the author, and the author like gave him the rundown of like where he was going to go with the story. So the vibe I got was like he like entrusted him with that information. So I'm assuming it's a good friend of his.
Okay. Also, I've just got to say right now, hello, Tanya. In case, just to context for you guys, Tanya is another Twitch streamer, YouTuber who's a One Piece fan. So we got another One Piece fan in here, and also she's an actor who was on a show that I used to watch when I was younger.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
we'll be talking about One Piece soon here for sure.
Yeah, so Tanya, you came at a great time because we'll be talking about One Piece pretty much after Berserk.
But yeah, final thoughts about the Berserk stuff from the Berserk fans in here?
Yeah, I just skimmed the thing again quickly, and we don't even have we barely have even notes left. We really don't have even notes for the next chapters. So
Yeah,
it's literally from scratch.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, I think it'll depend on if it's like shitty immediately, then like I guess we'll know that it's just a cash grab. But I guess it's tough.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that's pretty. Did you have any other thoughts, Ann Arbor?
I'm sad that he died, but I don't know what to feel about the news, and I think this is a good point to go to the next topic.
Yeah. So the next topic will be, if I can actually find it. there it is. Yeah. To talk about One Piece because big news dropped today. One Piece is.
Morgan.
Yeah, fake news, Morgans.
Big news.
I swear to God, this bird is one of my favorite characters in the whole manga.
you know he's showing up soon too.
Yeah. So in case people don't know, One Piece is going on break after the next 2 chapters for a month.
Big news because he hasn't gone on a 4-week break since the time skip.
Yeah, and
that
then,
was over 10. That was almost 10 years.
That was when I got into One Piece. I remember
that was when I was in my first year of university. It's that long ago.
That I was 12 years old when the time skip happened.
Jesus Christ!
I'm now in university.
Yeah, but you want to know what's crazy? Like I said on the Discord, is that this whole storyline from Punk Hazard with Momonosuke that's been going on for 10 years.
Yeah. And this is going to be an interesting thing to talk about because I think I have some controversial takes, right?
We don't care about Momonosuke.
Yes! Fuck Momonosuke, straight up!
First of all, the first time I could really say I like Momonosuke was in the prison when he said, "They are not looking at me, they are seeing my father in my shadow." Like, this was the first one where I could say, maybe he's alright. And after he was captured by Tanjiro by the betrayed dude, I forgot his name, and he said, "It's no problem, I will survive this." I kinda started to like him, but it was way too late in the story.
Now, just can I just interrupt quickly? We'll have to keep spoilers for the manga as minimal as possible because Tanya is a One Piece. It's a One Piece anime watcher only.
Everything I said already happened in the anime.
Yeah. I'm just pointing that out there.
That's tough because that's basically what I want to talk about.
So Tanya, if you're still here and you don't mind us talking about.
We can have like a moment where like we can start talking vaguely and then we can have a moment where we say now we're gonna get into manga stuff.
Yeah. We'll do that.
I'll keep it vague at first. I'll say can we all just admit? Let's start at a base level here, right? Pre-time skip One Piece better than post-time skip, right?
That is something I think we need to save
I would agree.
fully until we do the One Piece modcast. But I do agree. I feel like my main issue with post time skip One Piece is the lack of sense of adventure.
I agree completely. Yeah.
I agree. I think
Because
that
Here, let him chime in real quick.
I think that post time skip quality is better if looking at everything that happened than the pre-time skip thing. The pre-time skip time has higher highs.
Yeah, I agree. Like story wise, if we're going for like actual story, then I'd say post time skip. But if we're looking for like a sense of adventure, pre-time skip, because that's the thing with post time skip. It's basically being like get to point A, point B, point A, point B, point A, point B. So like, okay, we've got to go to Punk Hazard, then Dressrosa, then then Whole Cake, then Wano.
It's been very mission centric, and I feel like they haven't had time to just fuck around in so long. You know what I mean? And, like,
Yeah.
I miss that.
You wanna know what's crazy about it all is that the Straw Hats were separated from Punk Hazard all the way to Wano.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's weird, man, and like I don't know, like I love the Straw Hats, and like that's so it's the adventure, but it's also like the storylines that like felt like they were really close and personal to the Straw Hats, right? So like my favorite arc is Water 7 Enies Lobby. I consider it one arc. I don't know why people separate that, but and it's because there's like emotional stakes. Like when Luffy is fighting Lucci, that shit hits because like they're attempting to take down a whole fucking faction of a world government for this one friend, and that shit hits. And like when Luffy's punching Kaido, it's like cause people that I barely know are starving, I guess. And it's like yeah, that's sad, and like correct. And you're doing the right thing, sure, but like it just doesn't. It's not emotional. It doesn't really like Save the World plot lines are never hit as hard as Save My Best Friend plot lines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
The most emotional point. Sorry, Luke. I on one sentence. The most emotional point in all of Wano was when Kid and Killer were imprisoned in the prison, and Kid just screamed, "What have I done to you, my friend?" This is something that I wanted on the Straw Hat side, but we never got.
Yeah, and then Oda fumbles that by like Kid barely even has like any moments with Kaido. It's so weird. It felt so weird and fumbled this whole arc.
Yeah, it did kind of feel weird.
Yeah.
Like there were good moments sprinkled around, but like I'll be honest, I love Oda. I feel like he's getting close to the end of his rope, and I never thought I'd say this. Back in Whole Cake, I would have never said this, but I'm gonna say it now. I'm glad that One Piece is approaching its end because I feel like he's losing it a bit as an author, and I love him to death. I do, but like One Piece used to feel tight as fuck. Like it used to feel flawless to me, and it doesn't anymore. And it's still great. Like I mean, it went down from like a 10 out of 10 to like a at worst 7 out of 10. But like still, so it's still great, but it's just doesn't have that One Piece perfection that it used to feel like it had.
Yeah, and my question for you guys now is basically what do you think the final saga is going to be called? Because we've had like the Four Emperors saga, we've had the Pirate Alliance saga.
Well,
what do you think?
Here's my thing: we're in the Four Emperors saga, but we've only seen 2 of the emperors. Like,
well, no, we've seen all 4. We've seen all 4.
No, I think he's right though. It might just still be the Four Emperors, because like I don't know, it's tough because the way Oda names his arcs have been really wacky. As you can tell, if you've ever seen the English release volumes, I don't know what they look like in your country, Luke, but our English release volumes, they're labeled with like the arcs, right? It's like Water 7, Enies Lobby, and like with New World, they all just say New World.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing over here.
It's like they were like, we have no fucking idea what that.
Yeah. My personal theory for what the final saga will be. Go ahead. Annabelle, you were going to say something.
I would just I would call the saga as the One Piece because what is missing? We need only one road formula. Then we have the One Piece. Then we have the Final War. There's nothing left. So
Yeah.
I mean, it could be called the Throne Wars because didn't Doflamingo call it the Throne Wars?
Yeah,
the throne of the Pirate King or the throne of the world.
That my theory of what it's going to be called is the War for One Piece saga.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because that's how I always thought. I thought it was going to be. This is how I always pitched it. It'll be Elbaf, then Laugh Tale, and then the War for One Piece.
And then the fucking moon. They better go to the moon.
Moon.
No, that is
all the moon, guys.
That is
guys,
all
don't talk about the moon.
That is all specific for Senku. Senku is the only shonen protagonist that gets the right to go to the moon.
Oh, you're gonna be salty when Luffy goes to the moon, bro.
Oh, I am.
Did they bring up Toriko?
As a Fates fan, I have the rule: we don't talk about the moon. So stop talking about
hold
the
on,
moon.
wait a minute. Naruto went to the moon too in that movie.
Nope, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. I don't hear you guys. I've never seen Naruto, so it doesn't count.
Naruto the last. I'm pretty sure he like Rasengans the moon in half.
Yes, but did he fight something that could petrify the earth on the moon? No.
He fought Kaguya, which is I think she was from the moon. I don't remember.
Nah, he fought someone from the same race as Kaguya, I think, or someone who reached her power level, but not Kaguya herself.
Oh yeah.
Watch Luffy punch the moon Donkey Kong style.
Yeah. Well, we know that the moon is like way easier to access.
It's in the same atmosphere, so you can breathe
just
on it.
Float up there in a goddamn hot air balloon.
But yeah,
But
so
which moon? The One Piece world has 3 moons, so which one are we going to?
Yeah. Hopefully the same one NL went to.
Oh, I hope so.
And one thing I wanted to mention, because I thought about this when Red, you were saying about how you think Oda is just kind of falling off.
Just a little bit, but yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna argue that. I guess I would say is I think it's like over time you start to lose like a bit of the rose tint that you have on a series.
That's possible, yeah.
Because like I actually experienced this with My Hero Academia. Like if you asked me when I was like 14, 15, 16, I was all over My Hero. I was riding Kohei Horikoshi like a horse when it came to that.
Like everyone does Jujutsu Kaisen
Dick riding.
Yeah, and over time, like I think it was around the war where I started to lose the rose tint.
Same. See, me too, though, which makes me think that it isn't just nostalgia, or in the rose tint, but actually just that it got worse. Because that was also where I was like, eh.
Yeah, and I was kind of the same thing, same vibe as well. And
I'm sorry, I cut him off. We should let him finish his point.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was finished.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
May I say one more thing? Let me respond to that then real quick. So I feel you, and I definitely think there's some level of truth to that. But at the same time, I noticed that there are some series that I never lose that rose tint for. I've been into Hunter x Hunter about as long as I've been into One Piece. Maybe like 8 years instead of 10 years, right? And the rose tint, I think I've rewatched it 5 or 6 times now. The most recent time being when I showed my current girlfriend Allie, and I felt the exact same way. I only love it more every time I watch it, right? So I feel like there is a level of quality that you can hit where the rose tint won't disappear, and it turns into more just like an objective analysis of like, this is fucking awesome, right? And like, to me, it feels like I just feel this kind of feeling began a bit when Wano was starting. I felt like the pacing was really like somehow, I don't know how he fucking does it, but the pacing is somehow fast and terribly slow at the same time. I don't know how he does it. You know what I'm saying? Everything feels so rushed, and yet he doesn't get all the shit I want done. I don't know how he does that.
It's like the chapters by themselves, they move pretty fast. Like I remember I read from like the middle of like Water 7 all the way to like I think it was like 1000 in the 1020s in like at the very most 2 months time. Like the chapters move fast, but when you put all the chapters into a giant story, that's where the slowness comes in.
Yeah, well, like one of the things that I hate that he does, and it feels like he's done this kind of since like Punk Hazard on. It's this thing where he separate, and I understand he has to because the groups are so, or like the Straw Hats are so big now. But like it feels like every chapter you can't just like sit in one location and enjoy like a single thing happening. He's got to cut between 37 different fucking areas. You know what I mean? Like you will have a single page that's 3 different fucking areas with 3 different things happening, and like it's just I don't know, man. It just takes me out of it. You can barely. You're lucky if you get a single chapter that's dedicated to a single fight happening without them cutting somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hold on real quick. It didn't used to always be like that. I went back and read through some Water 7 and stuff, and like the panels used to be bigger, the art used to be clearer and not like blurry. And like, again, I'm not trying to be rude. The man's been drawn for 25 years. I get it. I totally get it. Which is kind of why I'm at the point where I'm not mad at him. I'm just kind of glad that he's wrapping it up because I think he's tired. I really do. But like, yeah, it's just, I just feel ever since the beginning of Wano, and honestly, ever since Punk Hazard-ish, it's been obvious to me that he's desperately trying to finish. Like he's balancing, like, I want to do everything that I want to do while trying to finish at a reasonable time. And I think he's got so many ideas and such a big world that he's kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place, you know?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would even go to say that if you would ask Oda Water 7 times, he would have never implemented something as the road partner gloves.
Yeah.
Road partners themselves are just, I want to finish it. Here, we already have 3 from before.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Okay, well, real quick then. So I'll keep going then. So, and then like, okay, can we get into like current manga stuff? Here's your warning. Here's your 10-second countdown. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
So spoilers.
Spoilers for the manga. So the way Kaido was defeated. Okay. How do you come out with an interview in 2018 and say, "Hey guys, I don't think my fans will be satisfied if Kaido's beaten with just a really big punch," and then proceed to beat him with a really big punch? I don't understand how you do that. Like,
yeah. Can I just say? This is my controversial opinion about One Piece. If I was going to have a controversial opinion, I feel that Luffy should not have gone Gear 5 the way he got it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The random ass pull, like he's got the Nika fruit. Like I still don't know how to feel about that. Like,
yeah, that is my main problem, and it's perfectly cemented on, because if you go back and look at the Twitter threads of that, people were freaking out about that, calling this one of the greatest things ever, and I'm just there thinking like, wait a minute. This happened in Bleach.
Any other manga they would have, for sure.
Any other manga, like particularly in Bleach when it happened, people were calling this like, "Oh, this is rubbish. This is like a ass pull and everything." Like with Hitsugaya, Hitsugaya's True Bonkai.
Everyone loves Hitsugaya's True Bonkai.
I actually now hold on a second. Are you ready for a very controversial statement? I would argue that Hitsugaya's True Bonkai was better foreshadowed than the Nika fruit.
Yes, exactly. And the reason why I say people were freaking out is because if you go and watch King of Lightning's video when that came out, he was calling it an ass pull, and I guarantee you, King of Lightning probably said something like that. Luffy having the Gear 5 awakened and being joyed by this is the greatest thing ever.
You know, so like what, and like the reason I've been watching Morge, like Mr. Morge, a lot is because he you can tell a lot of other YouTubers or One Piece YouTubers, they kind of have to be careful with how much they criticize One Piece, because at the end of the day, that is their paycheck, right? The really big One Piece YouTubers, they make money off of that, and if they start like hating on the series, they will lose viewers, because a lot of people don't watch reviews to be challenged; they watch reviews to hear themselves talking back at them. You know what I mean?
Which is stupid. It
is absolutely stupid.
It's human nature.
I mean, Morge even said on his recent live stream that like a lot of YouTubers in private have talked to him and said that like, yeah, they were kind of disappointed with it too, but like they're being fucking, but he like kept it anonymous. Like, yeah.
And the reason why I feel that it doesn't work is because it's basically Oda saying, I genuinely, honest to God, feel this way. It's basically the Yuha situation. Oda had no feasible way of Luffy defeating Kaido, so he was
I
like,
don't.
I'm just going to give him the power of a god. That is literally what the
Yeah,
Nico fruit is.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Yeah, I
Ruff,
feel
you-
like Oda's more clever than that, which is why it seems so strange to me. Go ahead, what you're gonna say though?
Yeah, I think Ruff, you already had a pretty good chance with the Advanced Conquerors, with the help of
Yeah.
everyone else. Kaido
Yeah.
was already extremely hurt with through the fight with the Supernovas, through Yamato, and the sixth fight with Ruffy.
Okay, I feel okay. Okay, fair enough. It's just me being a little bit salty.
To me, I don't know. To me, they were. I was at the point where I was ready to defeat or to like believe Kaido. Here's the thing. Here's a much better example of how he could have done it. And this is why it's so fucking frustrating to me, because he had it right in front of him. Okay, I like Gear 5th. Gear 5th is cool. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a way you could have spun it to have him still have that like rubber hosey cartoony shit without having like him have a weird like mythical Zoan. That's just so random to me. So like with Gear 5th, when he fucking grabbed the here, I'll tell you exactly how I should have done it. Okay, it shouldn't have been the Nika thing. He should have just still had the Gomu Gomu no Mi, but he should have awakened it. And what do we know about awakenings? It allows you to affect things around you. That's always been. Katakuri can now turn the floors and walls into mochi, right? So you remember that move where he grabbed a fucking bolt of lightning, turned it into rubber, and then threw it at Kaido? And then Kaido just dodged, and it was the most anticlimactic thing in the fucking world? Why not have him finish him like that? Like that alone would have been cooler than a punch. It's something different.
Yeah, and you've just hit the nail on the head there, Red. And also, this is gonna be like this just makes like some of the like it just makes the world government out to be even more stupid. It's like, wait a second. Luffy had the Nika, the mythical zone model Nika fruit the whole time, and we didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's a little weird. What else was I gonna say? It's sad. It's unfortunate when like all the people that come up with theories are like coming up with better things than Oda did. Like remember that giant fucking sword that was sitting there from the very beginning? People had the idea that he'd like grab that shit and fucking like what else was there? I loved the idea in early days. I loved the idea of you know how Moria is like technically with Blackbeard now? Like we don't know if he killed Moria or if he's like subjugated him and made him work for him. But like, what if Moria came in under the guise of like, yeah, I have a grudge with fucking Kaido, so here we'll work together with you temporarily, Straw Hat. Here, have like 1,000 fucking shadows, and then he defeats him like that. And then it's like, haha, we were just using you to get Kaido out of the way. I'm actually with Blackbeard, and now we're seeing. There's so many things you could have done to make it interesting. And it was just. And like, if you watched any of Morge's like the raid will fail videos, he brings up all the plot points that have been brought up and never completed, and it's just like it's very messy. And
to be fair, the giant sword is not a plot point. It was just a design choice, not a plot point. It was never mentioned.
Say again? Oh yeah, I wasn't saying that the giant sword was a plot point. I'm just kind of jumping from point to point.
You made it. If you would listen to it, it sounded like that.
Sorry,
yeah,
that's my bad. I just meant in general. There's a lot of things that like weren't touched upon. I'm trying to think of an example. I think the biggest thing is like the weird like kind of chopped up flashback we got for Kaido also wasn't satisfying at all.
Yeah.
No. Why didn't Kaido get the flashback?
The flashback with Otama was more satisfying.
Yeah, honestly. And like some people are saying, oh, he's trying to save shit for the official Rocks flashback that we're gonna get, I guess, but it's just like I don't know.
Also, Red, I've just remembered what I was going to say before. It was about the fights in One Piece. The last like fight that we had where it was just focused on on one fight was Luffy versus Katakuri.
Yeah, and thus it was one of the best fights in the fucking manga. And that fight was emotional. You want to know what made that fight so cool? Because Katakuri turned out to be like a really cool guy. The moment
And
that fight,
we
the moment
cut
that
away
fight-
from that fight a lot to the Sunny and Nami's.
Yeah, but it
Not
wasn't.
being changed,
But it wasn't like, oh, we're cutting to this fight, we're cutting to that
Yes.
fight. It was like it was either focusing on Luffy versus Karakuri or the other Shurites escaping Totland.
Yeah, it was. That's the thing. Oda overextends himself way too much, and like part of me feels bad for him because he's got this huge world, but at the same time, that's a choice he made, right? So now my prayer is that going forward, at least until we get to because obviously the very last arc, he's probably going to bring it's going to be like an Avengers Endgame moment.
Yes, he's going to bring
everyone. The goddamn Kung Fu Dugongs from Alabasta are going to be there fighting. I guarantee. Like,
those were the best characters. I'd love to see them back.
I am waiting. I know people disagree on me of this, but I am waiting for Luffy, Sabo, and Garp versus Akainu.
I'd be down with that.
Because here's the thing. What do all those three have in common?
The only problem, though. Luffy's so OP at this point. I think what's more likely is that Luffy's taken on like Blackbeard or Im-sama, and then Sabo and Garp are taking on Akainu.
Yeah,
I feel like if you put Luffy in there, he's gonna be way too OP.
I just feel like it
should still be a giant challenge for Luffy. It would be stupid if Akainu wouldn't reach the level of like.
No, here's the thing. Blackbeard used Whitebeard and Emperor's Devil Fruit on Akainu, and it didn't phase him, much.
Yeah, because the Devil Fruit doesn't mean shit in the end game.
Yeah, but
like I said, Garp didn't need a fucking Devil Fruit to conquer the seas. Roger didn't need one.
Yeah, but here's why I think that's going to happen is because they are all connected to Ace, and literally, Garp said to Sengoku, if Sengoku hadn't have stopped him, he would have killed Akainu.
He certainly would have tried to, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like what's going to happen is that once the big reveal of what the world government is, and Akainu is probably still going to be like, I don't care, they're still just, pirates are evil. That's when Garp's going to be like, okay, you're far gone, we are fighting.
Yeah, I can see that. But either way, I guess my hope going forward is I feel like now that this big 10-year spanning plot line that started with Punk Hazard is over, my hope is that this next arc that's assumedly going to be Elbaf, I'm hoping that it's going to be a more self-contained, chill, Zoe-like arc. Because everyone agrees Zoe was fucking cool, right? Like,
it was all right.
Yeah, well,
Zoe was the greatest arc post-time skip.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people like Zoe, and it's because it like took its time and it was relaxed and there wasn't like 30 million things happening, right?
And I think the paneling itself was the best the post-time skip ever had.
The what is?
The paneling.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like that is another thing too. Honestly, like, is it just me or is Oda's art like really messy as of late?
In the first rooftop scenes with the Scabbards versus Kaido, I often thought that he didn't have enough time to finish the pages.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Because I'll be honest with you, man, in those Zoro versus King chapters specifically, I had a hard time following that fight.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm sure it'll be kick-ass in the anime. I'm looking forward to that. But, like, my God. But, yeah, anyway, though, in the next arc, my hope is that now that we've finally finished the Wano stuff, because I'll be honest, the problem with me, too, was I was never super into the Scabbards or Momonosuke, like, as characters.
Oh, they're all shit. They're all shit.
Yeah, they're not that well developed at all. But anyway, now that that's done, my hope and prayer is that we can have an arc that's just for old time's sake, just really focused on the Straw Hats and just them and being a family. That's what we need to see more of. Those are my favorite moments of the series.
Yeah, and
because
I don't want new members in the crew. And we need time for the old members to just talk and spend time together.
I feel like if it's gonna happen, much as I would like Otama, I'm gonna be realistic here, and if it's just, I'd just have it as Yamato, and just have it be the next arc be just her getting along with the rest of the crew.
Dude, I even feel weird about Yamato joining.
I don't like Yamato.
Here's the thing. I do like Yamato, but I feel like she didn't really have much of a character arc in this arc, right? It didn't feel like she had a huge as big of a focus as necessary to be a Straw Hat to me.
I'm kind of with you there. I feel like I like Yamato. I think she's pretty fucking cool, but she didn't have the focus of a Straw Hat.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you can.
Fair
Go ahead.
I feel like if we didn't have Yamato join the crew, I feel like there should have been more focus on Jinbei because he would have been the newest crew member.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jinbei got really shafted aside from his fight with who was it?
Who's who? That's funny.
Yeah, who's who?
Here's the thing. I honestly, this might be more cope. But I'm still not entirely convinced because there was that line from Jinbei where he was like, "I'll believe it when Luffy says something." I don't know, man. I don't believe it yet because I still feel like Yamato just doesn't feel like a Straw Hat to me.
I think what I would have liked is if Yamato joins Kid. Like Odin joined Whitebeard first before Roger. That Yamato will join Kid before, as Ruffy won't acknowledge her or something like that, and she joins Kid.
Have Yamato joined Law?
Yeah,
No.
I feel like Kid's pirates are too fucking weird for her.
Yeah, Kid's pirate.
Kid is the best supernova. Fuck all of your opinions.
Hey, don't mess with my man Scratch Man of Pooh.
Get out of here! His ass didn't do fucking anything.
I would like to go on record and saying I'm being ironic.
I know.
And that's another thing that we need. And that's another thing that's kind of dropped by the wayside.
Irony?
Speaking of the supernovas, is that what's going on with Sword?
I hope we got to get that too. I have a feeling that
maybe we'll get a wrap up to the Reverie and we can learn more about Sword. Finally,
go ahead. Sorry,
I was saying that we'd finally learn more about Sword. Learn who's all in cahoots aside from just Drake and Kobe and.
It's gonna be Garp. Garp has to be involved. It has to be Garp and Sengoku probably formed Sword during the time skip.
I would probably disagree. I think both of them just really went away. They really stopped doing anything because they're old and just don't want to have anything to do with anything.
Yeah, those fuckers are old.
I think it's Kuzan. Kuzan created them.
No.
I thought Kuzan was in cahoots and Blackbeard.
Well, but
Yes!
that's the cover story. He might be, he might not be. That shit's sus.
The Blackbeard guys don't trust Kuzan. Jesus Burgess said, "I don't trust that bastard."
Yeah, why the fuck would he? That makes no sense. I don't believe that for a second. I feel like he's a double agent in there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, Kuzan is. I think we can all universally agree on that.
What was I gonna say though? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's just what I want the most of, and like my hope is that as we get towards the final, because I do believe that Oda can recapture his former glory in these final couple arcs. Because you have to think about it. I say couple arcs, that final arc, I guess. In this final arc, this has got to be the shit that he's been thinking about writing, planning on writing for decades, right? Like this is gonna be the shit that he has planned out and been thinking about forever, right? So like I have a feeling that this stuff's gonna be peak. I really do. And I feel like it's gonna be very character centric. We're gonna see them complete their dreams, and like for God's sake, can we have a little bit of drama? Because like that's the last thing I got to say about Wano. It didn't feel that dramatic to me.
No,
I mean, were there real quick? Okay, this is the big thing for me. Do you guys remember that chapter? There was a chapter where I don't remember what chapter it was, but you remember Hyogoro. He looks to the sky and says, "Wow, shit's going so easily. I can't even imagine losing." Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I really don't.
I promise you, that was a line that he said. He didn't say shit, but he says, "I can't imagine us losing. Things are going so well right now." And like a normal human being, read that as, oh, that's obviously like a poorly planted red flag, like dun dun dun, right? Like. I can't believe that they had him say, "Wow, it's going so well. I can't imagine losing." And then there was never a moment where they almost lost. That is insanity to me. That's like Chekhov's gun number 1. I can't believe it.
I hate how I never once thought in the whole raid that something will go wrong, but it should have.
The closest I felt to excitement in this arc, in this Onigashima part, was when that CP0 fucking guy came up and fucked with the fight. That was awesome. I loved that, but it was solved way too quickly. Like, I wish there was a chapter or two where we thought like, yeah, Luffy's fucking actually dead and he's gonna stay. Like, imagine if Oda took that and Luffy was down, like down, and then fucking, because remember Kaido comes down and he starts terrorizing them. But imagine if Luffy didn't get right back up. Imagine if it was like 5 or 6 chapters of Kaido's fucking up the Straw Hats. King and Queen like get back up and they're fucking up everybody, and people are like on the verge of death. Maybe a couple people actually die, and then Luffy gets up. Like, it's just little things like that increase the drama. And like, I guess I fall for it every time. I always think surely Oda will kill someone that I care about, but he doesn't. He never does.
I don't think he is at this point. And I'm just gonna say what you will about Dr. Stone, but at least in Dr. Stone, those characters were dead for a while.
I don't shit on Dr. Stone, man. I like Dr. Stone.
And if I'm allowed to add something to Red,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, if Kaido went down and if Ruffy stayed down and Kaido went back to the other guys and made shit, Brook would be able to do something.
Yeah.
Because Brook did literally nothing.
Oh, yeah, all he did, he defeated, like, I think a number, and then, like,
he defeated the weapon of Black Maria.
Yeah, he helped with some, like, Black Maria goons, that's all. And then he got to carry around Robin a little bit.
Is it crazy? It's crazy to think that, again, going back to it, like, Otama did more than half the Straw Hats in this arc.
Was a surprise MVP. It may have, in fact, made it too easy for the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
I hate Otama for that.
Yeah, I can see why you'd probably hate Otama for that. But
I don't know.
I find it hilarious that when you were going on about Suika Red, and now we had literally a kid the same age in the biggest battle with the biggest emperor in One Piece.
I didn't like that either. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you know how to put this. I guess it's just like the drama. It really is, like, because with Katakuri, and with that fight, obviously in your head, like, of course Luffy's gonna be fine because Luffy's the main character. But there were moments in the Katakuri fight where I'm like, God damn! Like, you remember when he got fucking stabbed in the stomach? And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my god! And like that one injury alone just like looked worse on like a visceral level than anything he got with Kaido.
Yeah. And also, as well, I've just got to say, quickly, the moment, the flashback with Katakuri and Brunei, that had more emotion and more impact than anything in Wano.
I don't know about anything, but it was really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Let me think.
And
I mean, you might be right actually. Like, emotionally speaking,
just emotion, like, in general.
And to add something to kind of defend Kaido to the argument that Red made, Kaido does bludgeoning damage, which Ruffy is resistant to be fair.
Yeah.
To talk in D&D terms.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like I've worded everything. Like, I've said everything I can, but I'm still disappointed, and I want to say more.
I feel like at this point we should really just.
I'll summarize. But I guess at the end of the day, Oda, I don't know why it just feels like one of the reasons I was coping so hard with this raid fail thing is because it literally felt like he was trying to do everything he could to make it as least dramatic as possible. Oh, I got another thing I can say. Why the fuck did they choose to not let the fucking capital city of Wano see Onigashima floating? Like, is it not weird, guys, that, like, Momo catching this island is supposed to be this big moment for him, and it was like 3 little baby panels of like, all right, we did it. You know what I mean? And the fact that they literally never noticed anything, and they literally had to walk over there and be like, all right, we got to explain to you this. You guys literally didn't even know this fight was happening. We'll just explain it real quick. Like, I can think of so many ways to do that in a way that would, like, increase the drama. Like, imagine it's like almost falling on the capital, fucking like Gaara versus Deidara, beginning of Shippuden style, and he has to like catch it that way. I don't know, man. There's just so many ways that could have done that better. I just
Yeah. Also, higher Haze.
You know what? I got one other thing to say here. I'm sorry. Did you want to finish?
It never stops.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. So who here has read the spoilers for 152?
I did.
I have. The only spoiler that I saw is that Green Bull, I think,
Yeah.
is heading to 1-0.
Well, okay, I was gonna make sure. Oh, fuck it, we're talking about him now. So yeah, because I had to know. I literally never read the spoilers, but I needed to get it out of my. I needed to know if the raid was gonna fail or not. So I was like, fuck it, I'm reading it. So the raid's not failing. There's a 7-day time skip. Okay, so 7-day time skip. I don't know what the fucking world government ships are doing. Maybe they can't access it yet.
I have a question. What is the Big Mom ship doing with Smoothie and everyone else?
Yeah. Oh, that's another good point. Why was Big Mom even there? Like, yeah.
Also, I'm on the spoilers right. I'm on the spoilers right now. Izo died off screen.
Yeah. So Izo, the only deaths are Fujira Doji, the fucking one of the scabbards that no one gives a shit about, and Izo, which Izo's a cool character, but like, that's how he died.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this sounds awfully familiar, and then it clicks me. Wait, this is the whole midnight thing all over again.
Yeah, it's true. The only thing that the only positive about Izo's death is that it retroactively makes that CP0 guy look better. Because remember they were like, oh, that CP0 guy was one of our best agents, and then people were kind of clowning on him, like, really? Like, it didn't look like it. You know what I mean? But at least it made okay. They're good at killing, I guess. The CP0, thank God.
The CP0 was one of the two biggest disappointments this whole
I
arc.
know!
Sorry, I was gone again.
That's
It's
another
fine.
great point, because I thought they were gonna do some fucking like Kuma after Thriller Bark shit. Like that's what I wanted them to show up and be like, oh wow, you beat Kaido, that's cool. Anyway,
Anyway, we are taking Ruffy and Nico Robin with us.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Why even fucking blue balls us with we're gonna take Nico Robin? Another Chekhov's gun, by the way. I'm now realizing that Oda is terrible at Chekhov's guns. You guys know what that means, right? Yeah. So like that to me set up at least a moment where you'd have a moment where they're like, you fucking stay the fuck away from Nico Robin. But no, they just sucked. They just sucked at their job so bad.
The CP0 should just be called the CP disappointment because there was nothing more. But what did they achieve? Wait,
I mean, why do you think they're called CP0?
Yeah, because they have zero.
Because they're a bunch of zeros.
Yeah, I mean that was a point that King of Lightning made, was that Big Mom actually helped the Straw Hats more than Kaido by being
yes.
Like she took down more fucking Kaido pirates than allies.
Yeah. Also, as well, just gonna comment here. What Hayes is saying in the comments. Just to give you clarification, we're going to be doing as well a big One Piece modcast at some point in the future. So look out for that, Hayes.
To that, I would say we should maybe stop talking about One Piece and Guns.
Yeah.
Because we are already talking about...
This is like a therapy session. Thank you for letting me get this out.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, Brad, we will have a specific podcast episode just about One Piece where we can rant way more than this.
We can rant to the cows come on with that.
Either way, I am looking forward to seeing Green Bull. Because, like, I'll be honest, I was super meh about Wano and, like, the Wano citizens and that whole thing. But I am very excited about a new admiral. So that's something. I'll just fucking pray that the next arc's good. Anyway, last thing, I gotta leave here soon, guys. So can we quickly talk about Hunter x Hunter, and then I'll let you guys.
Yeah, right. that is fine. So let me get up on Hunter quickly.
Yeah, and a sentence to end with all of One Piece. Wano was a big disappointment. We are hoping the next arc gets better, and we still believe in Oda.
Yeah. I mean, Oda has built up enough goodwill for me that I'm not just gonna be like, oh, you had one bad arc, fuck you. Like, there's no, Oda's done so much good shit. I'm not gonna drop it or anything. That'd be ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah. So
no, don't worry, Hayes. We are always here for you.
Yeah.
So Hunter x Hunter. I'll just quickly say this, and then I gotta go do some stuff. I'm very excited to see him back. I like what he's doing because as someone who's I enjoy editing and making AMVs and stuff, but it is hard to get up that motivation to do it, especially if you have issues where you don't believe in yourself or you think it's not going to be good. I don't know if you guys have ever done a hobby. I don't know if any of you draw or do any make music, but if you stop doing it for 3 years and then you want to come back, you're like, oh, do I even still have it? You know what I mean? Do I still got them?
Yeah.
I know that.
I know the feeling. It was kind of the same thing when
writing your book.
No, not writing the book or anything. This is when I did the reviews for the first arc of Promised Neverland, and then all the crap in my life happened, and I took like a year and a half away, and then I'm like, oh, do I still have it? And then I did like character discussions on like the demons in Goldie Pond, and then it kind of got me back into the rhythm after that.
Yeah, I got this feeling after I stopped DMing for like 4 months.
Yeah. So basically, that's kind of, I like what he's doing, because I can tell that like this posting on Twitter a page a day is his way of keeping himself working on it. And I think that's going to be really good for him, because now he has millions of followers that expect a tweet a day. So he's got to get up, and that's a reasonable pace. A single page a day, that's super reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, so he can get up, and he knows, like, all right, I have to make a page so I can show my fans that I made a page, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Good.
That's the same reason why Murata is drawing One Punch Man live streams.
That's cool. I love that. Yeah.
And also as well, Boichi does drawings for his YouTube channel as well, so that's really cool.
Yeah, and like getting those likes and seeing those numbers, that can really like drive up the dopamine, and like, because I mean, I know that's the reason that I like editing, is like eventually I'll be able to get all those comments about how good it is and yada yada. So like getting 2 million followers on Twitter in like a week, I imagine motivated the shit out of him. And
yeah,
so I'm
probably
really proud of him.
Yeah, it probably did. And also as well, I feel like as well he really should have more confidence to get help from his wife occasionally,
or any editors, or like you know, editors or assistants or anything.
Yeah. Because people are there to help you. So have them help you.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm curious now. I did the math. I did very, very rough math, but like, since he's got since he's got, because he was working on chapter 7, I believe, and now that one's done, and now he's on to, I believe, 398. So he has 2 more chapters to work on, and after that, I imagine they would need a little time to like touch them up, because obviously he's just doing a manuscript. But like, basically, he should be finished with these 10 chapters within like 2.5 to 3 months. At the rate he's going, and then so I'm guessing sometime within the next half a year we'll have the official like announcement that it's coming back. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a really quick theories. So we saw a tree. Fucking tree. What could it mean? It's funny because any other manga that wouldn't mean shit, but like we're on a boat at the moment, so it's weird that there's a tree, right? So what?
A lot of people would say like it's gonna focus on Gon.
Doubt. I don't know. That'd be weird to go back to Gon now. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Because I trust him that he'd have a good idea if he did.
And I feel like here's the thing. If you want, he could always potentially just make it so like Gon's be doing some training himself, but not to get Nen back, but to like train his body up so that he can stand toe to toe with Nen users.
That'd be hard to do with no Nen.
That would be.
It
would be hard, but not impossible.
He's a child. He'd be like ripped. He'd be so buff. It'd be terrifying. On some like Saitama shit, he'd just be like, boom.
Yeah, but I feel
that's what Gon's doing. He's doing fucking, what is it, like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups?
But not eating a banana a day.
No, we actually know what Gon's doing from a side sketch in the manga. Mito is forcing him to do all of the homework that he missed out on over here.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he's like that must have really sucked for Gon when he went back home. It's like, I have to do. I literally helped save the world from this invading ant force, and now I've got to do homework.
Yeah. You don't got Nen anymore, boy. You have to get a fucking day job like the rest of us. Yeah. But no, I'm curious. So it could be a lot of things, right? It could be that. So remember that it's not the first place they're going to is not the Dark Continent. It's the fake Dark Continent, because they're trying to trick the country of Kaiken into thinking that they're at the Dark Continent, so that they can just drop them off and then actually go to the real Dark Continent. Overcomplicated like everything Togashi does, but that's why I love him. So it could be that A, they've made it to the fake Dark Continent. B, he's focusing on Gon for some reason. C, we go back at least for a little bit and see Killua's travels with Alaka. I would love that. I mean, dude, as the Killua stan that I am, if we get canon Killua content in 2022, I will shit myself. But I don't know. I mean, I think as much as I would love to see Gon and Killua, I think what I want, he should really focus on finishing up this Kurapika Succession War plotline because it's been going for a while. I would kind of hate it if he abandoned it for some reason. So like I think he should probably focus on getting that one done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think if you want to bring in Killua and Gon, the time to do that would be when they actually get to the Dark Continent. I'm trying to figure out how you do that because again, they've kind of gone on the boat. I mean, I guess it was implied that there's going to be multiple trips. I mean, the Black Whale is going to continue to pick up like the citizens of Kaiken. So I suppose they could get on like another boat, but I mean, then they wouldn't really get there until way later. So unless Togashi wants to set up like, oh, they'll be coming, but they'll show up at some point later and they can have like a moment where it's like someone's about to die and then they pump it and save them. I don't know. To be honest with you, as much as I'd love to see Gon and Killua, I just have a feeling that they're going to have nothing to do with this arc. If this feels like the Killua, Leorio, Jing, Pariston maybe arc to me.
To be fair, what should Killua even do? I would rather much enjoy more focus on personal and Jing.
Me too, yeah. I feel like Killua, he's found what he wants to do, and that's travel around with Alaka. And the only time that he should be brought back into the story now, in my opinion, is if Alaka is threatened. And I think at some point, Illumi's going to do that. We know Illumi wants to control Killua to control Alaka, and I'm sure he'll do that.
Yeah, but Illumi's on the ship.
Exactly, right? So that's what I'm saying, is that I don't really think Killua's going to get involved in the story until maybe even the end, like if he even does. It's possible we never see Killua again until like a wrap up, like where are they now type situation, which would be sad. But yeah, no, I have a feeling that what Togashi is kind of focusing on right now is step one is this is Kurapika's like finishing his arc with the eyes, because we know that the fourth prince has the last of the Kurta eyes. So that's step one. You finish that at the same time as you're doing the Hisoka Phantom Troop whole thing. He's introduced a bunch of mafia people. He's introduced a bunch of these princes, and they're all really fascinating characters in their own right. So I mean, I have a feeling he's going to focus on that because he's introduced a fuck ton of new shit. I think he's going to focus on bringing conclusion to that. And then at some point, like I said, I wouldn't mind Gon coming back into the picture at some point, but it would have to be for good reason. And it would have to be so many chapters down the line because he's got a lot of shit going on right now that has nothing to do with Gon.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I might do solo videos on Hunter x Hunter when they come back. I very well might, because I could definitely ramble about it.
I guarantee that
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I guarantee that if it does focus on Killua, you'll probably be like, I am doing it right now.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I wouldn't even just mind like a little cameo from Killua. Like the last canon Killua moment was actually there was a phone call that Kurapika had with Killua at the beginning of this arc that we're in now, where he was asking Killua for recommendations because he needed to get a bunch of people to like pretend to be bodyguards to come on this ship with him. And so Killua recommended Biscuit, and Killua was like, yeah, she could be hard to deal with at some points. All you got to do is just kind of like, you just got to like lie to her and tell her she's pretty and shit, and she'll shut the fuck up. I could never do it because I had too much pride, but maybe you can. So something like that. Maybe Kurapika could call up Killua like, what's up? How you doing?
Well, what surprises me is that he didn't even call up Gon now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked, isn't it? There was a moment where when we finally saw his. Are you caught up with the final arc or the current arc of Hunter x Hunter, Luke, or no?
No. But I don't. I'm not bothered. You can carry on.
Well, so I don't know if you remember, but you know how his like chain powers with all the fingers.
Yeah. I remember
there was one finger that we didn't know the power of, and that was revealed. Basically, like what was cool about that power is it was a power that was focused around fighting with others in tandem, right? Like stealing and lending power to other people. So it's kind of like Corollo's power, except he doesn't steal the power for himself; he steals it to give it to others. right?
Yeah.
So, and what's cool is in that moment, like he flashes back to like when his trainer was like talking to him, and he's like, I know you want to do this shit alone, and you're like this lone wolf, but there might be a moment where you want to fight with a comrade. And at first he thought, and so his trainer was like, you should leave one of your fingers blank because at one point you might want to like, do something with that. And like so basically that power was created because he learned to be able to fight as a team with his boys. So yeah. So I think there was a little bit of a flash of going at that point, but yeah. Other than that, no, we haven't seen him in a while.
That is crazy.
Yeah, no, Gon has not shown up. I mean, this entire arc, like it's, and I feel like a lot of people when they like anime onlys, when they see that Hunter x Hunter's coming back, they assume it's gonna be like my boys, Kilo and Gon. Like, nah, dude, this is this is the Kurapika show right now. All right, it is full ass Kurapika, Hisoka, Phantom Troop. Those are really the only. Oh
Yeah.
shit! And those
Have you seen? I've just got to ask you, Red. Have you seen what One Spot on the Discord has been putting?
no, what did he say?
He's saying that he does not care for the current Hunter x Hunter stuff.
I can understand why. Because I mean, the thing with Hunter x Hunter is, sorry, I put my phone down. I hope you can still hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
You can.
The thing with the current Hunter x Hunter stuff is that, not even the current Hunter x Hunter stuff, all Hunter x Hunter stuff is that each arc is very different, right? Like Togashi, each arc almost feels like its own self-contained like anime, right? Like there's a lot of different stuff happening. So if you really liked Greed Island, you probably were kind of surprised by the tone shift of Chimera Ant. You know what I mean? And if you really like the Gon and Kilo adventures, and that's what you like Hunter x Hunter for, you're certainly not going to be a fan of the Kurapika political drama that is happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love the Kurapika political drama. I'm not fully caught up yet, but so far where I am, I think it's really interesting, and it really like leans into the mind game aspect that Hunter x Hunter is known for.
Yeah. And some of the most complex and crazy Nen powers that has ever been in the series already popping up. And like I'll be the first to admit it's very complex, but like when you read it and like figuring that out for yourself, it's very satisfying. You know what I mean? Like because you feel like you're putting a puzzle together, but like it's incredibly complex, but it's super good.
I will say I kind of want some. I don't know if we get more from this character. I doubt we will, and this is probably just me being a prissy little bitch. But I'm kind of wanting more from Beyond.
We'll definitely get more from Beyond. Like it's just that I think Beyond is being set up for the Dark Continent arc, right? Like
that's our son, right?
Yeah. When we get to the Dark Continent, that's gonna be his shit. But what we're in right now is like a little transitionary arc in between, like, basically this is like the little pre-arc before Dark Continent. Dark Continent's gonna be like a huge. I don't know if you remember. There was an interview that Togashi did while he was doing that chairman election arc, and he said, "Yeah, I have an idea for a smaller arc and an idea for a much bigger arc, and then that's probably going to be like the rest of the series, right? And that's most likely this little Succession War arc, which is probably being used mostly to just wrap up Kurapika's plotline, and then of course the big old fucking my brain,
the spiders."
Yeah, you know what I mean. Eventually, it will get there, but I think that this is just like, and I'm excited because, like, I'll tell you guys my main theory here. When we see the Fourth Prince, and we see him sitting in front of his collection of the Kurta eyes, there's also a head in a glass jar. I'm like 99% sure that that's his childhood friend Perio.
That would be fucked, and I would love it.
Wow.
Have you guys read the Kurapika flashback? It's like a side chapter, so you have to like.
Yes, I have.
Okay, yeah, I'm like almost positive. The head shape is almost exact. Like it's like a silhouette. It looks exactly like him. Like and there's a moment, and unlike Oda, I feel like Togashi knows how to pay off Chekhov's guns. And there's a moment where one of my favorite moments, I think about it constantly, where Kurapika is in like the back of a car with Midastrom. I don't know how to pronounce his fucking name. The cow Zodiac guy. Midastrom.
Oh, Midastrom.
Oh, okay, thank you. Anyway, and he's like, hey, just keep in mind that like you could definitely like cause a whole ass war if you go about this wrong, because these are like the royalty of a country. And then Kurapika's like, don't worry, I'll be fine. I've done this so many times, it'll be fine. Like that's such a goddamn Chekhov's gun. Like, oh no, it'll be fine.
But am I allowed to say the fourth prince? I love his nen ability. It's like illusion from what I understand.
There's a lot going on with his net ability, dude.
I
I actually need to go and reread it because I remember it being very complicated. And I loved it.
From what I remember, it was one, if not the most complicated nen ability. And
well,
I loved it. I love just the design of it and the world he created with it.
So remember a lot of those princes, they have both a nen beast and a nen ability.
Yeah,
so it's super OP. So his nen beast has something to do with like if you lie to him too many times, it'll like fuck you up. And then
it petrifies you.
Yeah, and then his net ability is like some weird fucking like time shit. I literally have to reread it. I just remember that he's able to like perceive shit like out of time, and like it's weird. I need to reread it. I'm gonna reread this entire final arc before it comes back. Honestly,
yeah, it's. I'm just gonna say it's amazing how Togashi is able to do this and remember everything in excruciating detail.
Togashi definitely has Togashi. One of the reasons I like Togashi is because it's obvious to me that he has like OCD, because I have OCD, and the way you know how some people hate the narrator in the Chimera Antark.
Yeah,
I love the narrator. People hate that shit. I fucked with that so hard. The fact that the narrator allows you to get into the heads of these characters without there being, because in other anime, the reason that there's a trope in anime where they explain their powers is because they have to like either think it or say it for the characters to know it. I love the narrator so much because then the characters can act in a smart way without having to fucking say shit out loud for the sake of the audience.
Yeah, I think in that sense, you will probably, if you ever get into Kaguya-sama Love is War, you probably enjoy that.
That's funny you say that, Luke. I actually watched the first 5 episodes of that yesterday.
Oh right, well there you go. Yeah, because the narrator, it's basically the same. Yeah. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, and the dub is I watched the anime, and the dub of the narrator is actually Ian Sinclair. The same guy
I know it's
so good.
You want to know what's funny about Ian Sinclair as well?
What?
He's the voice of Tsukasa in the dub of Dr. Stone.
That's awesome. But
all
anyway,
those English names I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta head out here soon, so I'm just gonna finish off my thoughts on Hunter x Hunter real quick. So basically, just what was I saying? I missed. Brain. What were we saying?
Something about OCD and the narrator.
Oh yes, thank you so much. So yeah, like I love that palace invasion scene is one of my favorite scenes in all of fiction because it shows. I think it's one of the best portrayals of speed I've ever seen, because you have this like, because in the manga too, there's a timer at the bottom of like every other page. So like Gon makes it into that room with Pitou in like 13. It's like absurd, like 13 seconds or some shit. And like, because you see the fucking arrows flying and like all this shit happening where they're thinking like, oh shit, Yuppie's gonna hit Knuckle, who's invisible because he's on the back of the iguana guy or the chameleon guy, and like all that shit is happening in their heads, and it's taking like a whole episode. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember that.
That whole episode was 11 seconds of real time. 11 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I love
it. So, and people that have weak attention spans are like, hurry up. I loved it. Anyway, I love the amount of... and I have one other example of why I love Togashi so much, and then I...
Wait to call me out.
One more example. Okay, so I'm fanboying right now. So, do you remember... This is from the new arc, too. Do you guys remember... And I'm going to be terrible with names and shit, because it is a newer character, and I've only read this arc once. But,
Red?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah. You just call off a bit then.
My mom tried to call me, and I needed to hang up. I'm hanging up my mom for you.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay. So anyway, that character, I don't remember what her name is, but she's like one of the two twins. There's the twins that are princes. They're both girls, you know, and like she activates.
You mean
power.
she who always dies? All right, right?
I don't remember her name, but it's the one that has the power where she can open up that like portal that takes the form of like that thing they used to crawl through as kids.
But now I thought
she can open up a portal to her sister at any time.
I don't remember her. Sorry.
Okay, well, either way, there's a page where she's opening up this portal, and like there's a whole page where she's like thinking in her head about all the different ways she should test this power, and it's questions that we would have, and you see this a lot with Oda, where it's like with Oda in One Piece, you're like, oh man, I wish he would delve more into how hockey works. What if you applied it like this? But you just have to guess or hope or assume. But with Togashi, in page 1 of a power, he'll give you literally every detail of it. It's so good. You can write an essay on. You can pick one random nen ability and write a fucking essay on that shit. That's what I love about Togashi. Anyway, I'm a dip, guys. This was great talking to you. Definitely invite me to more of these, Luke. I'll show up.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. And also, Hayes likes you, Red, in the comments because you're a killer stand and you've been fanboying over Hunter x Hunter. And I just want to say quickly before you go, this transition arc is the longest transition arc ever in manga history.
Yeah, true that. I love my fellow Killua stands. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye, Lou. Bye, Red.
Right. So I guess now, which series do you guys, if you guys had any other thoughts on Hunter x Hunter?
Unfortunately, I actually have to go. I have been called into work, so.
Well, that's
All right.
fine. That's fine. Me and Ann Arbor can stay
I would
for
just
a bit.
ask for a little break because I have to go
catch
to
you
the
later.
toilet.
All right. Okay. So you go to the toilet at Ann Arbor, and I'll read some of the comments here. So yeah. Let's see here. What can we? So you were getting spoiled this whole time, Luke. Lamo 88. Yeah. I was getting spoiled, but I don't care. Hayes. All right. Oh no, Hayes. I think Blazing Boy is still staying for a bit. Are you staying, Blazing Boy, for a bit, or are you going? I've got a all right. So Hayes is flying as well. Okay, so yeah. So I guess if Blazing Boy, are you staying for a bit? So just let me know, and then I will. Oh, you're staying. Okay. So I guess, Blazing Boy, what series would you like me and Ann Arbor to talk about? All right, you were saying I said bye to Taze. Okay, so for context here, the death battle segment probably won't happen now because that was all going to be Tyler's. So that's probably not going to happen now. So we could talk about Yozakura. I could talk about Yozakura. I don't think Ann Arbor's been reading it. No, he probably has. Now that I remember. No, I don't know. Is it? But yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll just get it up. So
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Yes.
You're not reading Yozakura, are you?
No, but you
No.
can gladly talk about it. I'm listening.
All right. So I'll bring it. I'll bring it up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go through everything now. We'll just go through whatever we want to talk about. So we'll get it. Where is it? Where is that? Where is it? There it is. Okay, so Ann Arbor read. Yeah, you really should read Mission Yozakura, man.
Yeah, I know. Luke is bullying me into reading it.
I am not bullying you to read.
How far did you read Oshinoko?
I've read the first chapter of Oshinoko. And
I've read the first 3 chapters of Yozakura Family. We both are reading. I read
okay.
Yozakura more, you read more Oshinoko. When we are quit, alright?
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I'll bully Blazing. All right, so the last chapter of Mission Yozakura Family. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. We have Oshinoko didn't grab me. You only read one chapter.
Everything comes out here.
Yeah. So yeah. Last chapter of Mission Yozakura Family was pretty wild because we have basically the main villain who has this plant amorphous blob type creature who's claiming to be his little brother, just engulfing everything around it, and he's being like, okay, and now I'm gonna escape from everyone now that you're distracted by this big blob, and they're like, oh, you're not getting away. But yeah, the main villain in Yozakura at the moment is just absolutely terrifying, man. You want to know how crazy he is?
I've seen the panels on Twitter, so I know kind of how crazy the father is.
Yeah. He literally at one point claws his way into his face and scratches it so much that he bleeds out.
Yeah, I'm just over flying the newest chapter, and am I seeing this right? They are finally bringing the uncle how you always wished.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know. It's just said like, oh, this is my little brother, but we don't know anything about it. That's.
You finally have your uncle arc.
Yeah, I finally get the uncle.
Not alone just the design of that monsters want me to read the fucking thing.
Yeah, you want to know how crazy it. You've seen Dragon Ball, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you know the scene. I've not read or watched Dragon Ball, but I know the scene with Perfect Cell where he takes his like tail and just drains the fluid out of that guy.
Of which guy? He did it.
No.
Lot of people.
He does, but he did it to one guy. So that it was there's that infamous moment where it's just like that guy is just like melting away.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. This plant does it to about several other people, including a child.
Yeah, it was kind of about resurrecting the mother from everything.
Yeah,
I got spoiled on a lot of things. Is with my problem.
Yeah, it's all about resurrecting the mother, but. Here's the thing. I feel like the mother, once she's resurrected, she's going to take over as the primary villain.
Could be. I don't know, so I can't say.
But I really think you should get into it. And a lot of people again are like questioning, like, how can you enjoy this more than Spy X Family? And
because Spy X Family is fucking boring. That's the only.
Thank you. I did like Spy X Family at the beginning, and I still do to an extent, but
because it had a story, it had a plot which was evolving, but it lost it.
And here's the thing. I'd like to generally ask any Spy X Family fan out there: when was the last time when you actually saw Lloyd, Yor, and Anya together?
Right. I didn't realize this, but even on the ship, they were always separated.
Whereas with Mission Yor Sakura Family, it's literally about the family.
It has the family in the name.
Yeah, but so does Spy X Family.
Yeah, but Spy X Family is a fake family.
Yeah, and that's another thing as well. I generally think it could have been better if it wasn't a fake family. So yeah. But yeah, with Mission Yor Sakura Family, I am genuinely excited about what is to come, because a lot of people are just thinking like, is this the final arc? But no, don't let it be the final arc, because we've got Black Clover, My Hero, and now One Piece entering its final stages. So we need something around for a long time.
Right? Ashinoko, which is not on Jump Plus, is from a feeling.
No, I'm talking about the main. I'm talking about the main magazine.
If we are just talking about the main magazine, right. Marshall's also ending.
Marshall's also ended. I feel like Sakamoto Days will stay around for a while, even though I'm not reading it. I don't know about you.
We are talking about One Piece ending. The final saga will go on for like 5-6 years.
No, here's the thing. There's a video on YouTube that talks about the percentages of Oda, and he said that
you can't take them serious. Oda's time management is
that's
worse
the thing.
than mine.
No, that's the thing. The guy goes through it, and he's like, no, Oda's been pretty consistent on the percentages. Like he actually just bring up evidence to suggest that Oda's been pretty consistent. So. Here's my theory. I feel like we've only got like about 4 more years left. I feel like we've got, like what Tekken said in his recent video, that we've only got about 200 chapters left.
it's official. Me and Luke are making a bet. What? How long One Piece will go on? Luke's saying maximum of 4 years. I'm saying 5 to 6. I'm saying 6 years. The winner will get something I don't know. Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, yeah.
It's official.
Mate,
The bet is on.
Blazing Boys bringing in a point. Make that 3. I'd say.
A new competitor.
All right, okay. But yeah, the thing is, I don't want Mission Yosakura to go on for redonkulous years. That's not what I want. I just want it to stay around for. I would say about high Q level, IQ length max. So like how long?
How long Haikyuu was?
Haikyuu went on for 440 chapters, something around that time. So max around that length. Minimum, I'd say, Ice Shield 21. So between 333 and 440 chapters.
All right.
Yeah. Just to give us some like, just to give us some like leeway because. But then here's the thing, because then we have to. Yosakura could never. Like here's the thing, they need to keep something around. They need to keep something around at least, because once One Piece ends, what are we gonna? What are people gonna have? Because I guarantee My Hero is probably gonna end this year, next year, early next year. And then Black Clover, I'd say probably 2 years, and then Jujutsu Kaisen 2 years as well. Are you there, Ann Arbor?
I'm there, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's my take. So we need something around for quite a while.
Yeah, and I can see Super Smartphone going on for a while.
Oh so yeah, definitely.
So about 90 chapters.
90 chapters. So that's like 2 years. But then again, that's just 2 years from now.
Yeah, that's Aliens area, which this week started. Maybe, but we maybe not enough to go on about that. But
I need it gone now this year.
All the heavy hitters are going away.
Yeah, all the heavy hitters are going. So I guess what series do you want to like? Because I don't. Because it's kind of hard to talk about the series for long periods of time when I'm the only one who's read it.
So we can talk about. I don't read a lot, and I know that you are not reading PPPPP.
But you can talk about PPPP if you want.
I'm not, because I'm not well enough versed in the music theories to talk about it right now, because that's a big point. But you can talk about Super Smartphone.
Yeah, we can do. Akane will carry jump. Like, have you seen the tweet from people who are saying like, One Piece is ending, then there's Rock Cover's ending, then there's nothing in Jump.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
I know. I know.
We have Ayakashi Triangle is popular. It's not mainstream. It's not like the heavy hitter, but it's popular.
Ayakashi is not in the main magazine anymore.
Yeah, I know it's vexing to Jump Plus. Yosakura is kind of popular, but
it's getting up there. It's slowly getting up there. Yeah. Witch Watch is very popular.
Yeah, deserved. I don't read it. I dropped Witch Watch after 20 chapters, but I can see why it's popular, and I can only say it's deserving the popularity.
Yeah. Like literally, one of the most recent chapters was a Saw parody, which was something. I'll actually bring it up now. Witch Watch, so that I could talk about this one chapter. There we go. Yeah. So Witch Watch. Witch Watch is Witch Watch is one of its latest chapters was basically a Saw parody where you had one of the main characters basically pranking his friends by creating a board game, and he called himself Jig Jag. Yeah, literally that was his name, and it was like, okay, we're gonna play this game. It's gonna be involving snakes catching each other, and then the rules were so messed up that they actually were like, we're gonna redo the rules of this death game. So yeah, and the friend who was pranking them was just like, I don't want to change all the rules of my game. You're making it. That's not how this game actually works, man. It was just so random. But the thing, I feel Witch Watch can go on for years because it's basically one of these series that can basically do whatever it wants.
Yes, and this is what Jump needs.
Yeah, and unlike Spy X Family, who tries to do whatever it wants, this actually works for Witch Watch's advantage because it's just so all over the place. It doesn't really have much of a plot going for it. That it can just.
Witch Watch never tried to do that. Spy X Family tried to have a plot. Witch Watch just said from the beginning, we are a comedy, slice of life thing.
Yeah,
you can come here to just relax and
And
just make up of it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they dropped that unofficial Shonen Jump did this for Witch Watch's latest volume. They dropped a preview of the okay, for context here. There's a series in in Witch Watch, an actual manga, which was basically so randomly made that the fictional author of said series would basically ask fans like, "Hey, what do you want in this series?" And he would add it into the series, and that's how random it was. And there was literally a chapter of Witch Watch dedicated just to this series. So it was basically like say if a chapter in Bakuman was dedicated to a chapter of, I'll just use one of the series from Bakuman, a chapter of Crow. That's basically what it was with Witch Watch and this series, and they basically put out a PV of said fictional series, and they were like, "This series has made 45 million copies in circulation. It's Witch Watch fooled me. It's scammed me." That's what's so funny about it, man. Oh, I love Witch Watch so much.
Understandable. It's a great manga. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's fine. But one thing I will say, the author is so teasing me about Witch Watch because I want Nemu in the house. In case, for context, Nemu is the other main female girl who's not part of the main group, but
isn't she the cat?
Yeah, she's the cat.
Ah, she was great.
Yeah, she's the cat, and they've been teasing for ages about her getting in the house. They literally say in one chapter like, "Oh, there's a guest room here," and Nico, the pink-haired main female, is like, "Oh, if only I could get Nemu. If only Nemu was here." And I'm just like, "Just go in the house already."
Yeah, that's the running gag that you will never join.
It is a running gag, and what's funny about Nemu is that one of the guy who did the whole prank with the saw game, he could turn it into basically a Grimjow-esque character just by looking at a crescent moon. So like he has an alter ego. He's like the most socially awkward. He's basically like Aisawa from My Hero, just like a socially awkward dude who will just turn into basically Grimjow from Bleach when he sees a crescent moon. So don't get him watching the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Why not?
And he's like, and Nemu falls in love with the alter ego, and he's like, "Okay, if you come round once a month and release me, I won't share your secrets." Because he can't converse with because the two personalities can't converse with each other, and then the main body of the guy, she also falls in love with him, so she's simping for the same guy who has an alter ego. It's basically like how in Pokemon Sun and Moon the anime, how Professor Burnett simps for a husband and his alter ego. So yeah, that's just funny, and I want that to happen. I wanted to get in the house for more shenanigans like that to happen.
But No, Blazing Bar talked about mentioned Duran, so maybe we could talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk. We can talk about that.
Because I feel it kind of felt off, like immensely.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I mean,
I do, but
where is it? Where is it?
I have my problem with Duran. It's the same I had with Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. It's way too basic.
There we go. There we go.
Yes. First of all, we need Arrow Girl. That's her name. That's a canon name. I don't give a fuck.
No. Well, I've got to do the meme here. Where is Jinchio? Where's Jinchio? Where?
Have you tried scrolling down with the arrow down button, which kinda looks like her mouth?
Seriously, where is she right now?
I don't know. She just kind of disappeared after.
She's
chapter
Taiju.
8.
She's Taiju.
Yeah, she just kind of disappeared after chapter 8 and never came back.
Yeah. She got replaced by Yuji. She got Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen found his way into Duran.
Yeah. And but I must really say, I think Duran it's a good series, but it's especially boring. I
can see what you mean by that.
It still misses with something that makes it stand out.
That
was the same problem with Demon Slayer, but Demon Slayer had this anime that let it stay out, unlike this manga.
Yeah. How you want to know what would be funny is if they kept this around, it gets the Demon Slayer treatment and becomes insanely popular. And
if that happens, you can slap me in the face. I deserve it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave you guys now. All right, Blazy. All right, Blazy boy. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
So yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. If Duran gets the Demon Slayer treatment, you can slap me in the face. I deserve it because I'm really thinking about just dropping it.
Yeah, and especially since Ayashimon got cancelled.
Yes.
Yeah. Which did you read Ayashimon?
I've dropped it after chapter 5.
All right, because I have got a bit of a rant to do about Ayashimon in a bit.
I thought it had the Rocky ending with just people standing in front of each other, not fighting.
Yeah, I will get to it. We will get to it. But yeah, I want to save most of it for if me and Pydrams do a stream coming up this week on the chapters. That's stood up in the air. I have no idea if that's going to happen, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, with Duran, do you think it is actually going to get the axe?
I don't think so, because I would have it now has how many chapters? Like
it's 25. Yeah,
25. I would have said that Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen are getting axe in 20 chapters, but they both weren't. And I think the same is for Duran, that it will stay and it will get a little following, but if it won't get an anime in announcement in like the next 4 to 6 months, I see it getting axed. But
yeah, it won't. I don't think it will get an anime. I don't think it will get an anime announcement in that time in 4 to 6 months, because I feel like maybe by the end of if it gets an oh wait, that is the end of the year. Well, here's the thing: if it gets an anime announcement in February, then I'm gonna leave it until February before deciding. But it might not even last that long, because have you seen the sales and the rankings for it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to get the Ayashimon treatment. It's just going to sort of stop.
The Demon Slayer sales weren't that much better till the anime than Duran.
But how was the ranking for Demon Slayer at the time?
I don't remember. But I remember them. They weren't really high. Demon Slayer, no one talked about it till the anime came. Like Duran right now, or Jujutsu Kaisen.
Or Mission Yosakura. Nobody's talking about it except for me and a few others.
Yeah, so I think I can see that some animators will think, all right, we will get the run. It will be our Jujutsu Kaisen, it will be our Demon Slayer, our Shonen Jump series that will make us famous. And that's why I can see it getting an adaptation really fast. But
Fair enough.
And if it gets an anime adaptation, the sales will go up because people will talk about it, and it will get a bigger following. But without an anime behind it, again, in the next, like I said, till the end of the year, it will get axed.
That is fair. That is fair. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Like, I honestly don't know what the decision was to drop Jinchio.
I can't tell you.
Yeah. So anyway, unless you had anything else to say.
The only thing I have to say is something that I hate Demon Slayer for. Since Demon Slayer, we had Jujutsu Kaisen and Yes Run. A lot of shonen series which don't try to innovate the system. They are basic shonen, they're doing their job good, but they don't innovate.
Yeah, that was the problem I found with Ayashimon when we talk about it as well.
Yeah, and I think that since Demon Slayer proved how that can be extremely successful, I think more people are just don't experiment as much.
No, they really don't.
And that's my current problem with Shonen Jump. We need more people like the Chainsaw mangaka,
Or like with Akane.
Yeah, who are willing to experiment with all of this. But right now, Shonen Jump doesn't have anyone except for like the one with Akane, and maybe Yosakura Family if I'm reading it.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the Yosakura Family is that it starts off very run of the mill, with for about the first 30 odd chapters. But once we get into like the lore of the family and it transitioned into a more battle-centric series, then that's when it starts to like really pick up.
Yeah,
but without losing what made it so appealing with the whole family dynamic.
All right, I can't wait reading it. I just didn't have the time didn't have any time the last month, so I can't wait to reading it after my reread of the latest Hunter x Hunter arc.
Of course.
Yeah, but this is everything I have to say.
Okay, so I want to talk about Ayashimon for a bit. So if anyone wants us to discuss a series, just let us know in the comments. Or if let me see, where are they? If Karma is here still, if Karma's still here, if you want to join us in the chat, actually join us, come in for the stream, you're more than welcome to. Just give me a message and I'll send you the link to actually put you in. But yeah, so let me find it. Ayashimon.
I want to hear the Rocky ending this rant.
Let me find it. Akane, come on. PPP, Blue Box.
PPP, one of the best mangas right now, and with an art style that stands out.
There it is. We found it. We were finding it anyway. All right. So Ayashimon.
Where should you start?
Where do I? Well,
I think a good start is the reason why I dropped it.
Go ahead. You could start.
It's boring as hell. Strong guy punches big evil demon thing. It's boring.
Can you explain to everybody who says this is a really good manga why it's boring?
All right. First of all, if you have something like, if you start a manga and you have, this is a normal human guy who's fighting monsters. Give him something special. Make him a master in martial arts. Show him that with technique and the ingenuity of humans, he can overcome them. Not just because I have strong muscles. I am strong. I can punch hard.
I want to be a shonen protagonist.
Yes,
And by a
give him-
shonen protagonist, I mean one from the 1970s.
Yes, just give them martial arts. But the problem with that is you need to know about martial arts, which the mangaka wasn't willing to learn. From what I read about it, I didn't read any interviews, so I can't say directly. But he should have researched something about martial arts and let his protagonist use martial arts to overcome the obstacles. But no, oh, enemy is strong. They don't die in one punch. Oh, I am happy. I can punch my whole heart out. Yay!
Yay.
That's manga in a nutshell, and that's why I dropped it.
Okay, that is fair, and yeah, it really got expositionary heavy. Like it got to the point where it had Witch Watch / Hunter x Hunter style of writing, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Where it's just pages and pages of exposition, and I'm just like, stop explaining, please, no more explaining. And one of the biggest things where I was just like, literally, the penultimate chapter where it started off, I literally banged my head in the wall. I literally did that because you want to know what it was?
What was it?
It was basically the main character in a haze. Basically,
Drugs!
no. Basically, he'd been beaten up. So he was in a daze, and he was imagining himself as a mangaka drawing basically the manga itself. And I was like, oh no.
Fucking kidding me.
I am.
That-
Bring up the chapter. Bring up chapter 24.
I have chapter 25 open.
Go. No, 24. Go. It's in
Alright,
24. Chapter 24.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm seeing it.
Yeah, you are seeing it, man.
What? That's even worse than Red Hood ending.
Exactly.
Where's the? I just don't. I just wanted to stop.
Yeah,
I'm happy that it stopped.
As soon as that chapter dropped, I was like, "This is ending. This is ending." And just go to how bad the ending is.
Yeah, I've read the ending while
Yeah,
you were talking about.
Okay. So yeah, it's basically the main character staring down the main villain, getting ready to fight, and then it's just like, oh, we're going to be in purgatory for the rest of our lives. We're never. That's the thing that actually pissed me off the most. The fact that we didn't get the final battle between the main character and the main. It'll basically be like if Ichigo just went Mugetsu, and then it's just like Bleach the end.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you can have a good Rocky ending style like this. I always said that if One Piece ends with the Rocky, with that kind of ending, with Phil and Kobe being as the other sides, I would be satisfied. With Kobe achieving his dream as Admiral and Ruffy achieving his dream as Pirate King.
Yeah,
you can do such an ending. Great, like Rocky, how it's called.
Here's just to go off on a tangent here, because that's basically all I have to say about Ayashimon. Pretty much, it's just like, oh, I've learned to accept. I've learned that being a manga protagonist isn't just about beating up the bad guys, and then it's just like, I'm gonna beat up the bad guy. End of story. But yeah, just to go off on a tangent here. The way I see One Piece pretty much ending is that I don't see the world government being abolished. I just see it being more like more structurally fair with Smoker as the fleet admiral. I feel like Smoker would be the fleet admiral.
The Marines have to stand at the end because the world will be in shambles, and we need Marines to help the civilians.
Yeah, and I feel like the Straw Hat Pirates, there won't be a pirate crew at the end. There'll be something completely different. Like it won't just be like, oh, people who go out to have an adventure, they're not classed as pirates. It'll be something a bit more fair.
Can be. I don't think so, but it can. I
Yeah,
can't
because
see it happening.
I don't see, because the thing about the Straw Hat Pirates is that they're not really pirates, if that makes sense. They're more like adventurers.
Yes. And
So I
this is
feel
a
like that's so I
a
feel
big
like
point I
that's
don't like.
so I feel like that's what's gonna change about the One Piece world, is that the Straw Hat Pirates, they won't be classed as pirates, they'll be classed as something like the Straw Hat Adventurers or something like
Yeah.
that.
I can see it ending with a great pirate era and now it's the Age of Adventurers who are
Yeah,
setting
that
out
I
for the
would
world.
or the Age of Exploration, Doctor Stone reference.
Yes, kind of like that ending would be acceptable. I would like it.
Yeah.
But we talked about One Piece a lot, so I would say we stopped talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna stop talking about One Piece now. That's the last bit.
It won't be because I'm here, but
Yeah.
we'll try to hold it to a minimum.
Yeah. So I feel like since we're approaching the 2 hour mark, what series do you honestly want to talk about the most?
Super
before-
Smartphone. If you've read Chapter 5.
Yeah. We'll do Super Smartphone, we'll do Alien Force, and then Black Clover and My Hero, and then I think we could call it wraps there.
All right.
Yeah. So for people who are watching this, catching up, we're not going to get through every single series now, like what we initially hoped for. We're not going to talk about Death Battles, but maybe in the future we might do another modcast like this. Maybe get in some more members and do just a big like 4 hour one of these. So also as well, Vex, if you watch this going back, I'm sorry that we're cutting it short, man.
Vex will kill us just for 2 hours already.
Yeah, probably. So
he's already hating us. So fuck it, Vex. If you listen to this, I'm sorry, but fuck you. We are going. I'm making it 5 hours today.
So Super Smartphone. Let's see. Well, yeah. Super Smartphone. And yeah, there we go.
Black Clover.
Black Clover can get rid of
battle.
Yeah, so we're getting rid of it. There we Super Smartphone. There we go.
I like the antagonist. Straight out, I like the Chapter 5 antagonist. I fell in love with him on the cover page.
I do as well. My main question is is he Q's brother?
No. Definitely no. Q's brother is younger than Q.
Okay, but do you think Q's brother has something to do with him?
No.
Like, where do you think his brother is at the moment? Like, what is your theory? Because my main theory is that he is the smartphone.
No, I probably think he's an engineer who helped creating the smartphone.
Okay.
Because we know Q is like a super brain who knows everything, and his brother's over curious about everything. If you're curious about everything, you're researching everything. And Q got the biggest and best researching platform that there is. You see, research with my connection that I'm making. I think he helped making the smartphone.
Fair enough. Yeah, but in terms of the villain, I'm actually really fascinated as well by him. Like, what was his? What I want to know is, how did he get his smartphone?
I think the same with Q. It just appeared someday.
No, I think there has to be something else going on with him. Like, there has to be something else going on.
Yeah, I think the problem is we don't know how the people were chosen by this to hold a smartphone. I think every one of them needs to have something in common, and with the development of the manga, I think we will get to see what the antagonist and Q have in common.
Yeah. So yeah, can you if you just carry on, because I'm just messaging Vex right now.
All right, and yeah, so about the antagonist, this is the same antagonist who created the operation to infiltrate the whole giant skyscraper, which Q helped saving his childhood friend and the other girls. And yeah, he operates this, and I think it's really interesting because he is a walking Napoleon complex. He's something he wants to stand from the top. No one else is allowed to stand above him. And there's someone with with a narcissism complex like myself, I think it's really relatable. But the way he does this, the way he talks with his employees, the way just
Yes.
the way just someone said, "Oh no, I did something inappropriate," and literally you can see his life flashing before his eyes.
Oh yeah, definitely,
And
definitely.
I think the thing that scared me the most about is that he forgave him.
I don't think he did forgive them. I think he's got something else, another trick up his sleeve, and he's just saying that to
I
make
think if we
make the-
see if we see the guy who did something wrong being dead, like in the next chapter, I wouldn't be able to take this antagonist as serious as he is right now.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think this moment that he forgave people can make mistakes. Why? Because they're not perfect like me. This just shows their inferiority to me. So I need to be. I am the bigger man, so I can't forgive them because I know they are not like me. They are not perfect. This is how his brain operated in that moment.
yeah. That is actually a good point. But my question is that is he going to find Q?
He is. He totally is.
And also as well, the detective as well, the female L. What is her deal?
She's a great cyber detective.
Yeah,
So
I
something
know,
very unrealistic. I know.
I know that. Like, but what's her role in the series? Is she going to be like an ally to Q, or is she going
I
to be
think
like?
she will be an ally to Q. Just alone that she already found out, it's deductive that both of that Q and the antagonists are using both something familiar, like the smartphone, and are challenging each other. It just shows that she already knows a lot, and she knows who she can trust and who is the villain. She just needs to know Q is the good one, the other one is the bad one, and she will be a great ally.
Yeah. I can see that, or it could go the other route where she's an antagonist to Q, and he has to deal with two super smart geniuses.
That would be also a choice that she can go. But
Yeah.
I would like to ask, what do you think about the three types of humans? The cowardly one, the foolish one, and the wise one?
It's an interesting concept, but really freaking me out.
Yes, and I love it. I love the antagonist so much. I love how he calls his employees friends. He's allowing them to be
Oh
friends.
my god! I've just realised what that reminds me of.
What?
20th Century Boys.
All right. I didn't read it, but sure, why not?
Yeah, because the main villain in that series is literally called Friend, and he's just like where everybody is my friend. You're all friends with me. Yes, friend. And he basically works like a cult leader.
Yes, and he is.
And he is basically a cult
He
leader.
is basically good. He is like the antagonist of Friend, but I think he's just the first antagonist. That's
I feel like there is going to be more down the line. Like, actually,
need more.
Here's a question: do you think Q's brother is going to be like the overarching antagonist?
I can see it, but I think he will be a neutral person with a neutral position.
I'd like it this way: like, his brother went into that bathroom. This would be interesting.
Aliens.
No. What if that bathroom was like took his brother into the future?
I am always against time travel.
No,
So
I mean like he went into the bathroom. He came out the other end. He was in an adult body, but he still had. He was like Momo, basically. So he's in an adult body, but still has the mental capacity of a child.
I don't think this will happen.
Okay.
I don't think it will go that much into something supernatural, except for the
Okay.
smartphone itself.
Okay. Unless the smartphones came from the future into the past by his brother or something like that.
I'm really against like making something with time.
Yeah, and actually, that is something that we have to talk about when we do the One Piece modcast. It's like the use of time travel. Was it
The
was it
greatest shit Oda ever did, and in the podcast I'm going to rant about it.
Yeah,
and I know Red is on my side in that.
Yeah, and also as well, you have to call out Tekken 101 because he said, the time travel, the Toki no Mi was time travel done right.
Fucking wrong. There is no way to make time travel right, except your Doctor Who, who's ignoring the repercussions.
Yeah.
So,
well, anyway, can you talk for a little bit because I really need the toilet quickly.
Yes, no problem. Yes, I'm talking about some super smartphone. If no one has a problem with it, as I don't see it. And yeah, I really like the development of Q. I think he's a smart character done right. We are just like Senku. We are seeing him research things, and we are seeing why he's mentioned to be smart, why he's always talked in such high regard by his friends. Something I don't often see. And I like how he already knows. It's a life or death situation, and that like the antagonist also already knows. And I think it's really interesting just to see the dynamic in the future, especially with the antagonist having all this power, knows how to use the smartphone way better than Q already in such a short time, and knows how he can get a lot of points with just manipulating everything. That's something I love about the series. I love how the more you disrupt society, the help of the smartphone, the more points you are getting. And with this, we know Q is not making as much advances in getting point as everyone else. Because I can say Q is the only one who's not disrupting society with a smartphone. And I would say everybody else will be like the current antagonist, like the big mafia boy, and will disrupt society. And will gain a lot more points and way faster. The only thing I'm afraid of for the future of the series is really just that Q is going to take out every other smartphone user. I want to see them take out each other. If we have more than two, maybe we will only have two, but I don't think so.
Yeah. So, do you think the main girl's gonna get a smartphone?
No. I think all the smartphones right now are there's a cap to the smartphones that people have, and I think they were all just given away, and no one else will get anything more. And if a girl would get something, she would have to compete with Q for the points.
Fair enough. But if she has to compete with Q, then does that because it's established that anyone who has a smartphone finds another smartphone user, their smartphone is gonna be non-void.
Yes. She's not even allowed to tell anyone that she has a smartphone, and I really don't see her getting a smartphone. To be fair.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, that was all of my thoughts about Super Smartphone, and I'm excited to see how it will evolve and to go on in the future because it has an interesting setting.
Yeah.
And,
I go ahead.
And it's something Shonen Jump needs, something new, something exciting. Not something that
definitely
just tries to be shonen one-on-one.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I guess we'll talk about the newest series that came out.
Aliens!
Aliens!
I love Aliens.
A lot of people are mixed on it. I'm kind of in the middle. It's a bit too quick, and I don't know where it's going. But at the same time, I did enjoy the first chapter, and I've just realised what one of them has Luffy's scar on his forehead, and the other one has Doctor Cino's scar. Have you noticed that?
No, I didn't tell you said
No.
that.
Yeah, if you look at their faces.
Yeah. To my honest thoughts, first of all, the art style, I think it's really rough. And
yeah, definitely.
oftentimes I thought that he just wanted to be finished with a few panels and doesn't have as much fun drawing it. And
Yeah.
the quality is not consistent on every page.
Yeah, but I feel like what I liked about it's just like it was just a straightforward, like we're getting set up with the concept. This is what's happening. This is the mission of the main character, and see where we go from here. But my question is what's going to happen with the siblings, with the two siblings?
I hope they die. One of them has to die.
You must have an agenda between little kids.
I don't like little kids. They are always annoying. They are always disrupting the story. And if you're not using them for character development, if you kill one of them, I think they're misused. Except for Suika. Suika was great.
Exactly, I was about to bring up Suika.
Suika is the one exception where I can say that's a child character done right.
Okay, all right. But anyway, yeah, there's not really much we can talk about because it's just like one of those series that's just like super fast paced right from the beginning. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought it was just going to be like a boatload of exposition, but no, wasn't really. It was just standing straight to the point. So I guess what's your opinion on the two main characters? Do you as main characters?
Main character number one with the Ruffy scar, the one with the two siblings. Basic shown protagonist 101.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what people are mixed about, is that there's not really anything majorly different about him that makes him.
Do you remember your first time reading Chainsaw Man and just reading Denji's dream, I want to touch boobs?
Yeah, that like you want to know.
This sticks in your mind.
Yeah, but you want to know what's funny about that, about Chainsaw Man, and how he got away with some of the stuff that he did?
No, I don't.
Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but somebody did say that the reason why Fujimoto got everything he could do in Jump is because he made Denji the most generic protagonist ever.
And I would disagree. Denji is one of the most interesting characters ever. And I think someone like Denji or the protagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen is more generic than Denji.
Okay. Well, no, I wouldn't say generic. He made Denji simple. He made Denji a simple protagonist.
Simple is not generic.
There we go. Yeah. So he made Denji a simple protagonist, and that's how he was able to get away. Like, he was so simple a protagonist, like he could basically do whatever he wanted around him.
Yes. Like Ruffy. Ruffy is also a simple character. In One Piece. Yeah, but what I want to say about the Alien manga, the aliens design is so fucking boring. Please have the aliens be more.
I thought you said you liked it.
The alien design not. I don't like the design how the aliens look in chapter 1. I want to see something more grotesque, monstrous, something out of this world.
You want to see a Phantom Seer style alien, don't you?
I didn't read Phantom Seer, but I just agree.
But yeah, I can kind of see your points there. Yeah,
that's what I liked about Red Riding Hood. The monster design was great. Something for that is what I wish for Aliens area. If the monster design is evolving and we have way better designed monsters who are not as boring, I think the series has a lot of potential to be the next generic popular shonen, which Duran didn't achieve.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. My expectations for it are, I just want them to go to space.
This is, I think, we won't be going to space, or maybe for a bit, but we won't go to another planet. Maybe on this spaceship.
I want them to go to other planets because you got a science fiction story about aliens. I want them to go to other planets.
Yeah, but I don't see. I can get I can get why you're thinking that, and I wholly agree that we should go to other aliens. But I don't see the story going to that point.
Maybe there's like a twist in the story that humanity has colonized other planets and the government's been lying about it.
I don't know.
Like they've been doing it in secret, and the government's just been lying about it. Like there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. There's no aliens out there. That we haven't colonized other planets yet, but they actually have.
Yes, that can be. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But I agree. If we would go to other planets, it would be awesome. But I still stand by what I said, and I don't see it going to that direction.
Fair enough.
You can come to me in 30 chapters when we are on planet number 3. You can attack.
Which means in 10 chapters we'll be on planet number 1.
Correct. And you can cancel me on Twitter for that.
Yeah, and I will cancel you on Twitter. Down with Ann Arbor.
Yes, but this is everything I have to say. But
yeah, and I
looking rough. It needs a bit of fleshing out, and the story is generic, but at least it has an interesting topic by being generic.
Yeah, and I really don't have it. Oh, I've just realised something. We need to know what the glow is around their bodies. Can you see it? The glow in the picture.
The glow? What do you mean?
You know, like you can see the doctor lab coat guy. He's got a glow around his hands.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. What is the glow? What is the glow?
Maybe something space tech, like being able to talk with aliens and sign language. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, we need to know about the glow.
The glow.
The glow.
It's the most important thing about manga from now on.
Yeah, what is the glow?
Yeah,
the glow is the One Piece.
Correct. But yes, I'm going to read it. I'm going to continue the series.
Yeah, and I am
just because I like alien stories. That's why I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, for example.
Yeah.
Just like Luke here. But yeah.
Yeah, and actually, that's another thing we need to do at one point. We need
Doctor
to.
Who talk.
No, not Doctor Who talk. We need to get like. Actually, that is something else we need to do as well. We need to get like what we were saying on the Discord. Get in one day a VC chat and just watch stuff because I really want to watch. Really want to get people watching Classic Doctor Who and also Red Dwarf as well.
I'd never watched Classic Doctor Who, and I would be on board directly.
Yeah,
that's also
and you've seen, I've shown you Red Dwarf before, haven't I?
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah. So we need to do more of that.
Yes,
but Classic Doctor Who because I've got BritBox as well, and it's all on there, so we can watch it.
But we should stay on topic as we don't want Vex taking my rights as a motorway.
Yeah,
because you would. Because you would.
So anyway, let's. I've got nothing else to say on Aliens area.
Yeah, we are as endpoint. We are intrigued and interested, and are both going to read it again further till it gets way too generic.
Definitely. But yeah, I guess we can talk about either My Hero or Black Clover. Which would you prefer to talk about?
What is there to talk about Black Clover?
Like just our opinions on the series up to this point.
I would make then I would say we should start with My Hero Academia.
Okay, fair enough.
And I would like to start with a rant.
Go ahead, you can rant all you want.
What the fuck is wrong with a mangaka? Just give me European villains who are way too overpowered for everything, or European heroes that are way too overpowered for everything. Just give me something European, goddammit. Now, superheroes. Oh, so we only need Japan because I'm Japanese, and America. I don't need the rest of the world. Fuck you. We need European heroes. They're the coolest ones. I just think of something. Give them vector manipulation as a quirk. Make him broken as shit. But give me something European, goddammit. That's my rant finished. About the mangaka, about the newest chapter. Yeah, it was generic as hell, like always.
Yeah.
I like, but to say something positive, I like that we have stakes that they can die, and I like how Arthur one's powers is always strong with all of those hands mutating into something.
Yeah, definitely. But my question is that is Jiro gonna die?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
I think
like,
we need people from Class A to die.
Yeah, and I feel like Jiro would be a choice where people would be upset about it, but not as upset as, say, like if it was someone like Ida or Bakugo dying. Like,
If
Jiro
Ida dies, I'm throwing a party because I'm happy.
yeah,
Jiro dies, I'm indifferent because her character is not as interesting, but I like her quirk because I like music.
yeah, and here's the thing about Jiro is that she has had an arc to herself, so I feel like
Yes.
she has had a level of character development where I feel like her loss would be impactful. And same thing with Tokuyami if Horikoshi decides to kill him off as well.
Tokuyami isn't allowed to die. He's a bird. I like birds, and he has the flying ability, and I love flying.
Well, question: what about Hawks? Because Hawks, I feel like Hawks.
He has to die.
He has to die. He has to die for.
He has so many red flags that he really has to die,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think it will be earned death.
And by the way, he should have died in the war. He really should have died in the war. Like
Darby
Darby burned him to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes, I agree. But I like how they how Alpha One had a weakness from the very beginning with his mask that he needs to stay alive, and that we had a way to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Shigaraki.
Yeah, I mean, how are people gonna beat him?
Because power of friendship and stuff.
Oh my god! Don't do that, Horikoshi. Please don't do that. Horikoshi, I will do a positive half an hour on Mineta if you don't do the power of friendship destroys Shigaraki or gets rid of him.
Shigaraki won't be beaten. He's becoming a hero. He and Deku will become best friends, and both of them will be hero bros.
Please, Horikoshi, if you don't do any of that, I'll do 10 minutes talking about the positives of Mineta. I am saying this right now. Like, if Horikoshi steers clear of doing the whole friendship saves Shigaraki, I will spend 10 minutes talking positively about Mineta.
Yeah, but Shigaraki is really interesting. What I love to see is just people beating each other up without any powers and just martial arts and raw physical strength. And would have just loved to see the two guys with the most broken quirks, New Order ignoring. Just Shigaraki and Deku just brawling out of any superpowers, just fist to fist. But both of the quirks are just annihilated or killed or destroyed.
Does Shigaraki have New Order?
No, yeah. New Order destroyed itself.
Oh, okay.
And took a lot of quirks with it. So Shigaraki is at his weakest point right now.
Okay.
from what I can remember.
Oh.
But again, I love something good I have to say about MHA, because the latest acts weren't that good, to be honest. But the way All for One and Shigaraki are using their abilities, just how they're really drawn, like mutated things. I have just the chapter, the page open where he takes Jiro and the bird boy, and you can see the nose on the giant above the giant black hole and eyes.
Yeah.
I love how he's now more willing to draw something so extreme and grotesque. And I just want to say, yes, he has shown to me that he can draw something grotesque and should do that more. But to talk about the current happenings in the chapter, I don't like Jiro rallying the quirks inside All for One up, so they revolt against him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And
for me, his work was like an authority that he has full control over them. Now we're revolting because I have a beautiful voice which I can use to sing. What should I call it?
yeah, yeah. But also as well, she's gonna be weaker now.
Yes. Oh, I would love if she would lose her voice after that attack. That she strengthened her voice so much that Jiro loses her voice.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Then I wouldn't even I wouldn't even want her to die anymore, because she has paid something so dear to her that I would be satisfied.
Yeah. Well, okay, that is fair. That is fair. Like, I've just thought about something. What if she loses her other ear?
So that she loses the ability to hear music.
Yeah.
I don't care about everything else about talking people. Music.
She loses the ability to not only be a hero, but also the ability to hear music.
I like how we want to cripple her, by the way.
We're awful people.
But we need something like that. My Hero Academia has the same problem as One Piece. Look, I'm starting again.
Go ahead, you can rant all you want.
It has a problem that we are not seeing enough bad things. We see people dying at least, but that were no names.
Yeah. Like do you remember that hero?
You mean the shield guy?
I think his name was Naofumi.
Yeah, who died just to give Shigaraki a cave.
No, it's not. It wasn't Naofumi. It was Steve Rogers. Yeah. Like, who cared about? I cannot wait for people to watch the War Arc in the anime and be like, and just see the reactions on people just like, Crust, no! Because I'll just be like, oh no, Crust, he was such an interesting character.
Yeah, we will have a female streamer who will react with tears in her eyes. I loved him so much. I'm such an emotional person. Please give me your money because I'm so sad because one of my favorite characters dies.
Oh my word. That is going to be hilarious.
I'm really a bad person to have on such a stream, Luke. I know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I never stop. But yeah, this is everything I have to say about MHA. Hawks should die. Jiro should lose her voice or her sense of hearing. And All for One has overstated his time. He should just die and crumble. I don't like him. Give Shigaraki a spotlight.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about My Hero, so I guess we will wrap it up and talk about Black. Actually, there was one thing I would say. When do you think My Hero is gonna end? Like what? Like
below the fun with chapter mark.
I would say, I'd say December this year.
Oh, time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, December. I can see it going to January. It won't reach 400 chapters. That's
No,
everything I'm
definitely
going to
not.
say. So
Definitely
it won't
not.
stick for another year. I can see it ending like 380, 390 top.
I'd be
So-
all right with that. Yeah.
So about February next year would I say.
Yeah, fair enough. Because literally, we've only got One for All, then Shigaraki, then Toga, and that's it.
Spinner.
And Spinner.
But on the interesting character, to be fair, on the evil side, except for Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Oh, before we end it, how did you like Darby? Because I hated him. I hated everything that has to do with him.
I
And
don't mind Darby.
I love how everyone said, yeah, it was such a good theory. It's that he was Endeavor's son. If it's clear, and it was clear, it's a bad theory because we had way too much information for it.
That I disagree with. That I honestly disagree with because
I can see why you disagree, but that's just my personal stand.
because you can have very obvious theories. It's just how they were executed, and I feel like he executed well because it wasn't.
It was great. That's
What?
I don't say anything against it. It was great, executed great.
Yeah. So So it's So that's the you can have like the most. You can have like, oh, this was a great twist, but it came out of nowhere. I feel like that's way worse than just being a predictable twist because with predictable twists you can do a spin on it.
Yeah, I think if it's so obvious, it will lose its impact. It's my problem.
Yeah, but again, it's all about how it's executed.
Yes, and I agree that it was executed really well. But I would have liked if I don't have as much clues that it wasn't ever done. That I could say, oh, I knew it. Not it was 100% clear that it is.
Fair enough.
But this is just me and not everyone else.
Yeah, but yeah, Black Clover. So, what were your thoughts on how? I think we should just address the big topic.
What in the room?
What were your thoughts on Julius being being revealed as the main villain?
I find it extremely interesting. I thought Julius needs to have an extremely important role, more extreme than the Wizard King, just because this book was so special.
Yeah,
like it didn't have a cover.
Yes, exactly, and it never closed as well.
Yes,
and that should have been a red flag for everyone. There's something going on with this guy.
And if you give him, I don't want to see him getting another Grimoire. He just needs to have his one open thing, and he doesn't need anything else.
Yeah. Well,
and I like that little boy who has this acid speech bubbles. I just call it acid speech bubbles from now on. I forgot his name. I love that guy.
Okay, fair enough.
I love him. He's my favorite character. He has my favorite characters, and I don't know why I love him.
Yeah. My overall thing about it was like, okay, I did not see this coming, but at the same time, I could kind of see it coming with Julius.
Yeah. He just, he was extremely overpowered. If he thought you could see that in the fight against Licht, yes, I can pronounce this right because I am German.
Go on, yes, but
against this fight against Licht, I think you just saw how much powerful he was when a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, definitely.
It shouldn't be possible because it was a rule. The 4-leaf clover is the most powerful thing a human or elf can possess. But he has something way greater, and I always thought he isn't 100% human, and no, he's never. So, haha, I kind of saw it coming, and yeah, I really like that he became like this. But I hate that I'm just reading the last chapter again. His Grimoire got a binding. I just realized it, and I'm hating the chapter from now on. Shit, I'm going to cancel the series. Bye.
My question for you is the devil that he's hosting, Astarova. do you think he's Asta's dad?
No. No.
Even though
No,
it's
no.
kind
I don't
kind
want
of
Asta to be half human, half devil. Here, Asta's dad is.
like my theory about it all was
Could
the
you
fact
repeat
that
yourself?
pardon? Hello?
Could you repeat yourself? It was kind of laggy on my side.
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So my theory about what's going on here is that Asta is the son of Asterova, who impregnated Asta's mother, and that's how she got her whole ability of draining magic or draining life from others.
This is the thing. I don't want Asta to becoming like in the show. I don't want to see him become an Ichigo.
So you don't want it to be half devil.
Yeah, I just want him to be purely human.
But there's gonna be something going on here, because why else would Tabata give such an obvious clue?
What's obvious to the names?
Yeah, the names like Asterova, Asta.
Yeah, but have you seen or read Vinland Saga?
No.
Every second character has 4 in its name because it's normal for people in the same area to have the same prefixes for names. And he already
but that's Finland Saga. This is Black Clover.
But Tabata already has shown that he likes European names, European history.
Oh, fine, fair enough. But
that's like the Norwegians always do this. That the prefixes in the names, like for, the Forfin, Forkill, or just for. That's something, or like yes, Asarova and Asa. I think it's just normal.
okay, fair enough. But what will you do if it turns out that no, he is actually Asta's dad?
Then I will punch a hole in my wall. I will punch a hole in my wall.
Or you'll probably just have an argument with Blazing Boy.
Most likely.
Yeah. So my question is, again, like the same with My Hero, is like, how long do you think Black Clover's got left? Because we're entering the final arc after the hiatus.
How long did the longest arc in Black Clover go?
It was the Elf reincarnation, so that was like about 8 chapters.
Then I would say it will be about 90 chapters.
I'd say.
Oh no, we don't need any more build up because we already have a build up. As I would say, let's say 40 to 50 chapters, so 1 year.
Oh, Blazing Boy's not going to be happy about that.
I don't care about the opinions of other people. Look, you should know me.
Yeah. I'd say round it up to 100. Like, give it 2 more years.
I think we've learned through Chainsaw Man that I'm the better guesser at what point manga ends.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm going to say 50 chapters because we already have a build up, so we can skip that
but
part.
Here's the thing. For Boyo, Blazing Boy wants the dwarves to be addressed.
I don't think we are getting the dwarves addressed anymore.
Okay. I want you to exclusively explain why for Blazing Boy, so that when he looks back on this, he can have a tirade about it.
All right. The reason why I don't think the dwarves will be coming on is the same reason why we won't be seeing the other two countries on the continent. It's way too much stuff. And so I think it's like Fairy Tail. We will maybe get a side manga for the time being, where we maybe explore about other countries which are left and maybe see the dwarves in there. But I think we now have the devils as like the hierarchy and the important figures, and now taking the dwarves, they are not black elves. The ones, the dwarf. I don't think they will take a big role because we don't have much place for them anymore in the story. We would feel like, I've mentioned them, now I have to kind of press them in the story even if I don't want to.
Yeah, that is a shame as well. Like there could have been a whole arc dedicated to the dwarfs, but I don't
Yeah,
think he
and
has the time.
like, do you know about the 100 years quest in fairy tale manga? There's a
No.
fairy tale manga spin-off after the ending of fairy tale, still from the same
Oh
manga.
yeah. I know about
And
the sequel manga.
yes,
Yeah.
and I can see something like that for Black Clover, where we are going to see the 2 other countries. Maybe with
Okay.
maybe with a new character, but in the same world.
Okay.
Like
So
a
would you
56
say
chapter manga.
would you say it being would you say it being drawn by somebody other than Tabata, but Tabata does the writing?
I can see that, but I can also see Tabata still write and draw it. I think
Okay.
Tabata is young and still has energy left, and I don't think he wants to stop making manga. You can see in his the way he draws that he has fun drawing. He has,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I say I think he will stay in this world, but maybe have a few side characters in another country of which he will build the story around.
Okay. I could definitely see
is-
that happening.
This is how I as a mangaka would do it, but I'm not a mangaka, so don't
Yeah.
quote me on that.
Yeah, and to quote you on that as well, to go from my own experience, it's like if I ever decided to go back to the trilogy that I've written and just write a short story, I could definitely see it being about some side characters as well.
Yes, we saw that with Oda himself in One Piece, with the Ace manga.
Yeah,
So kind of like this.
so sort of
with,
like that.
with a few side characters or new characters, and in one of the other 2 countries you never explored, and the dwarves will play in the side mangas a role. I think this is a way better choice than to kinda drag them in the main story, which they don't have a place anyway.
When really they can't really do anything. And I can't wait to read Blazing Boy's comments and him just being like, no, there is a way that we can have the dwarves. We need the dwarves. We need to talk about my Queen Charming.
Yeah, but this is all I have said because as CDM, I'm doing the same thing. I would have a bigger world. The party doesn't need to see all of the world because who cares for the dwarves? The story is about Esther and Juno becoming wizard kings.
You know
Let
who
me finish. Let me finish. So we don't need them in the story for Juno and Esther to achieve their dreams. We don't need them to see one of them become a wizard king. They are irrelevant. So a side story where they have a bigger focus would be way better, so we can explore the culture, the history. So yes, I'm not against them, but I don't want to see them in the main story, but in the spin-off manga.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I guess unless we had anything else to, because we really can't talk about like, I guess we could talk about like where do we actually go from here, like with Black Clover.
Back to the home country, and I want to know what is the plan with the heart. Why is Lucifer's heart so important?
My guess is that it's going to be a case of like all three of the devil hosts combined together to get out Lucifer completely 100%.
The thing is, we can't forget is a devil can regenerate fully just from his heart.
That is something. So I feel like that is the plan. Like they've got the heart, so they might actually be the sacrifice, the ritual sacrifices to resurrect Lucifer completely.
And just think about time magic. We know his ability is to steal time, but can he accelerate the time of others? Can he speed the process of healing, regenerating, resurrecting?
I feel he can.
And this can be a great plot point, like a plan B. Or if maybe he can absorb the energy of Lucifer in himself through the heart.
Maybe.
But it would be a boring way, to be honest. I wouldn't like that.
Okay. All right.
That's just a boring and arbor theory. If I can think of something, it's boring. Except for a side story.
All right. Well, anyway, those are all my thoughts on Black Clover. Unless you had something else to something
I
else
got
to say.
everything. I think I got everything out of my system.
So I feel like that this will be a good time to end the stream. Again, I apologize, everyone. We were hoping to do a lot more of this stream, and maybe next time, because I'd really like to do another one of these streams where we just talk about the series in general. And obviously, we're going to do the One Piece stream. Make that a big spectacle rant modcast. But that'll be once Vex gets better. So mates, hope you get better. And I hope you guys have been, when you look back on this, you enjoy our just ramblings about various series. And
yeah, and I'm sorry for talking a lot after Red left. I'm just talking and talking and talking.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, we'll end it there. And again, like I said, hopefully we'll talk about more series further down the line. And I'm sorry we didn't get to the death battle portion, but we're definitely going to do that next time.
Yeah, because the last epic death battle episode was great.
Yeah, so Tyler, next time we're talking about death battle first and foremost. But until then, peace.
See you later, my friends.